What's up, fight fans? What's up, fight fans? We are back at it with another edition here at Round One Sports TV. I'm always your host, Edwin. Where do all fights start? Round one. So we have a lot to talk about. We have some big fights coming up. I want to know what's on your mind, what you're thinking about, uh, and as well as breaking down some of these fights. You know, the more I think about it, the more exciting they get. So lock in, tune in. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. And I send out a message out to Jermaine Ortiz. Let's see if he and I send him the stream. Let's see if he joins. Let's see if he joins. So, fight fans, lock in, tune in, and let's get this episode started. Damn, this shit is locking in right there. Damn, this shit is not working today. Sorry about that, people. What's up, Frontline? How you doing in the building? What's up, my brother? How you doing? Uh, should just come right up, man, and stay locked in with us while we do these chats because they're gonna start coming in as we get this show rolling. How's the mic? How's the audio? How's everything? You didn't hear any of the sound effects, right? I was praying that just maybe I had added one. Let me see if you could hear that. It's like get out like that. If you could hear that, because then I'll know that I'll have to download them all over again like that. So it'll really help. So one of the fights that are coming up in recent weeks and it's going around that a lot of hype because of Keyshawn Davis. Keyshawn Davis is all over social media, and what I feel he's overlooking Jermaine the technician Ortiz. Now Jermaine Ortiz, what's up? How you doing? In the building, Bull Rider. Uh Jermaine Ortiz is hit the like. Yeah, that's what's up, my man. Jermaine Ortiz has been battle tested, and he has been in there with some of the greats of today, such as Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. Now, many people are starting to overlook Jermaine Ortiz, but one thing Jermaine Ortiz is nobody's stepping stool. Jermaine Ortiz is coming to this fight well prepared. I've been hearing through the grapevines. He's been training really hard, and he's not overlooking Keyshawn Davis, that's moving up one weight division after failing to make weight in his last fight against Edwin De Los Santos, where he was stripped of his title on the scale. Now, as far as being stripped, that's a bad mark on your report card. It means that the champion was not performing or acting like a champion. It means that he wasn't being professional on that night. The champion has to live up to champion expectation. And these organizations, the alphabet boys, they put these rules and guidelines in place to make you act like a champion. Because if there was no rules there, people like Keyshawn Davis with no penalty, they would do whatever they want. There has been a lot of fighters in boxing history that lost their belts on the scale. One real famous superstar boxer in that I in recent that I can think of is Javante Tank Davis. Javante Tank Davis lost one of his belts at 130 on the scale, being undisciplined. And that's embarrassing for a champion because nobody beat you for your belt. You basically gave it up because you were not disciplined enough. That's what it says. So Keyshawn Davis coming in to this fight against, what I think one of the toughest fights in his career against Ortiz. Yeah, Benavidez, yes, as well. A lot of fighters lost their belts on the scale. Now, I think that this fight is very interesting in many different ways. Yes, it is. In a unique way, this fight is going to answer a lot of questions. Remember the one question they were asking? Can Andy Cruz beat Keyshawn Davis in the pros? And a lot of people were saying Andy Cruz could beat him. A lot of people said this is not the amateurs, right? So Andy Cruz coming into a fight with Raymond Muratalla and Keyshawn Davis coming into a fight with Jermaine Ortiz. Now, Jermaine Ortiz, to me, I think Jermaine Ortiz is going to make a statement in this fight. I think he's going to make a statement. It's going to take a lot for Keyshawn Davis to come in there and beat him. I'm going to tell you that much right now. But I know if that was to happen, then Keyshawn Davis's punching power, skill, and talent are for real. I will know then. This is a fight that's going to really put these two young men in a category where they're going to see that Jermaine Ortiz, number one, he can beat the American slick style, right? He could beat a boxer. They're saying that boxers can beat Jermaine. All the big fights that Jermaine Ortiz has been in with Loma and Tio have been a loss. So Jermaine Ortiz is coming. He's bringing everything with him. You know, he's not going to leave everything in. He's not going to leave it to the judges, I think. I have a real big feeling about this. If Jermaine Ortiz gets Keyshawn in trouble, he's going to hop on him. Yes, he is. And he's going to try to finish him. See, unlike some of these fighters, you got to understand that some of these fighters that trying to get back into the winning ways, which Jermaine is now, he's been back in the winning ways, right? But in superstar fights, that's where it counts. Not only Jermaine understands that the world is watching, whether or not they want to pretend, oh, this fight is this, that, whatever they want to say, right? This is basically an audition for who? People like Turkey, other top promoters that want to put you in fights because they know you deliver. Jermaine understands that. He understands the business side of boxing and he understands boxing quite well. I've spoken to the young man. He knows. He's been on podcasts. I've seen him talking. He's getting a little bit more familiar in front of a microphone. And he's starting to let the world know, yo, I'm still here. I was nobody's stepping stone. He took these tough fights. He tried, he dared to be great early in his career. They kind of put Jermaine Ortiz in big fights when he shouldn't have been there in the first place. But once he was there, you got to admit, he definitely earned his way. Now, I think that Jermaine Ortiz has got something to prove, but I also think that Keyshawn Davis has something to prove. I think Keyshawn Davis knows his back is up against the wall. This is not a drill. He knows he lost that belt on the scale. He feels embarrassed. What Keyshawn's trying to do is face the storm, the criticism, all with a smile. That's all he's doing. And some of it comes off a little bit distasteful for Keyshawn because he's still trying to have like this allure, this untouchable allure, knowing he did something wrong, something terrible. But yet, he still has to have the image of a fighter, somebody that's tough, arrogant to a certain extent, confident. And that's what Keyshawn Davis is trying to show the world. Although rattled, I'm not broken. Keyshawn is trying to prove to himself and to the boxing world he is who he says he is. Sometimes people take it that it's coming off a little bit fake. And a lot of us have concerns for Keyshawn. whether or not Keyshawn Davis is really training the way he says he's training. Is the alcoholism or alleged alcohol use affecting you? And how did you deal with that in such a short time? I know people that have to go treatment for years and still don't got it under control. Are you okay, young man? I guess time will tell. I think this fight is interesting in many different ways, but I think it could be a fight potentially to steal the night. If the guys up top ain't careful, this might be the fight on the card that'll end up being the fight of the night. I could see a case where Shakur gets hit big and starts running. I could see a situation, Teal's following Shakur around the ring. I could see a situation where Shakur starts whooping Teal's ass to a point he stops engaging. Becomes a little lackluster fight, a boring fight. That could happen with stars. We've seen stars not deliver. And it's these fights right here, these co-main events, and the guys that are climbing the ladder that really steal the show. That's the look when you want to look sideways. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? The side eye. Yo, Shakur is going to step to him. I want to believe that, man. So bad. I want to believe that. And I want this fight to be exciting. The main event is supposed to live up to expectation. That's why you're a main event. You're not supposed to really question a main event. That's what the fuck it is. A main event is supposed to be the most exciting fight on the card. What we talk about are co-main events, things like that to see if these guys can step up, right? But when the main event is a dud and the co-main event or the girls show you up on one of those cards type shit, and then people are talking about the girl lady fight after the whole night is over. That means that the main event didn't deliver. Edwin De Los Santos and Shakur Stevenson didn't deliver. That shit did not deliver, man. All right? So one of these guys or two of these guys have been in some fights that didn't quite do it. Now, did they? Did Klagic fight with Tio? Was that exciting? What about the shit? We could sit here and we could pick out Martinez. Ah, man, listen. As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, both of these guys have been in some fights that didn't quite live up to the expectation. Now, did they? Sandal Martin. I mean, Teal could have just, in Campos, man, he could have did away with that dude. You seen how Nestor Bravo, what was his name? Yeah, he knocked him out in like 2 rounds. Like, you kidding me? So there's a question mark there for sure. That there are some fans saying this fight could be a dud. It really could. You know? Uh the way these guys have been looking and fighting of late though. What's Teal's last fight? Arnold Barboza? Uh that wasn't a bad performance, but it wasn't great. And that's saying a lot. That's saying a lot. When the entire card was shit and you couldn't overshine them, you mean Rolly gave you a better excitement moment in his fight than you gave the people in yours? You mean that when that fight card was over and Boogie's favorite fighter, William Skull, went to battle with Canelo Alvarez, Boogie was in his house, full attire, full William Skull, with the two flags just rocking, right? Because he was showing his support. That's how he gets down, right? And they said all those fights were boring, all of them, except Boogie. You know how he talks about William Skull. You know what I mean? But all those fights were boring. And like Tio, it wouldn't have taken much for you to have put on a performance. All the performances were so trash that Tio, if you literally would have did that much more, they'd have been talking about you. But you didn't do it, did you? You couldn't recognize the moment. You couldn't see the opportunity. You still played it safe with a guy, arguably, you should have beat. Because the consensus was just before that fight, Arnold Barboza fought Jack Catterall. Going into the Jack Catterall fight, everybody had Jack Catterall on the fight. If I remember, he was favored. Arnold Barboza gave a great account of himself. He fought tough in that fight, earned the victory, got the interim belt, fought Tio. But Tio still should have wiped him down. He should have stopped him. And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait a minute. Like, yeah, this fight has the potential to go left. It could. Do I want to believe that? No. Do I want to believe that the Tio and Shakur fight's going to be a banger? Yes. Yes. I'm more favored on the side these dudes are going to bang for a lot of reasons. One, they're familiar with each other. Tio and Shakur sparred many times coming up. Many times. They're very familiar. Yo, I've seen sparring tapes with Tio and Shakur in different years. Yo, some of them I've seen, Tio's mad young, Shakur's mad young in the sparring footage. Then other sparring footage, Tio got the little chivita going, and you could see they're bigger. So what's that tell you? I'm pretty sure they didn't film every sparring session. No. They probably filmed several of them, but they probably sparred more times than you've seen film. Tio and Shakur. They were sparring films that I saw Shakur getting the best of him. There were sparring films I saw Tio doing good work. Not necessarily getting like, but he was doing good work against Shakur. How long have they sparred? That answer, I don't know. How many times? I don't know. The familiarity is there. They're definitely familiar with each other. So, are we two different fighters? You want to say that, right? And logically, sometimes that makes sense, but not all the time. Because there's certain things, certain ways a fighter stands, certain things that a fighter does, you get familiar with. You're more intimate with that fighter than most fighters are. You know his mannerisms, and that's dangerous. But just like Tio knows his, Shakur knows Tio's. It goes both ways. You see? Shakur knows things about Tio most of these dudes don't know nothing about. They're not privileged to. They've never shared a ring with Tio, and they've never worked with him. They've never sparred with him. None of that. You see what I'm saying? So let me catch up to you guys' chats. What up, my peoples? How y'all doing? Oh shit, Boogie, how you doing in the building? I was just talking about your favorite fighter. You know how I do, Boogie. I gotta promote you. Um, so Russell and Andy Hirochi joined the Barrio and Garcia card. Yeah, yeah. That's his mandatory for the WBA. That's a tough fight for Russell. I don't know if you guys know anything about this kid, right? Um, he's a beast. Yo, we're gonna talk about that. Yeah, I want to talk about that too. That card, in fact, right? The Ryan Garcia and shit. That's next month, right? That's right around the time Clarissa got a fight during that time, and Navarrete got a fight in February, and those fights are coming up, and we're gonna watch those fights, talk and break down those fights as well. Yeah, Clagett, tuned up To. Those guys are not supposed to do that to To, bro. If Klagic, fucking, um, who else that wasn't that like that I'm forgetting? I'm like, I don't know. I'm having a brain fart with To today. What the hell? Um, because his opponents are so fucking trash sometimes. But look, Jermaine Ortiz was a tough fight though. Jermaine Ortiz, he was frustrated in that fight. You could see it in Teal's face. He was frustrated as fuck, boy. You know, Teofimo comes with us with a record of 22 fights, 13 knockouts, one loss. He's 28 years old. He's fairly young, right? Um, Teofimo Lopez ranked out of 2,728 registered fighters. He is ranked number one globally, and out of 396 American fighters, he is ranked number one. Okay, so that the boxing world deems him to be, like that. So, okay, um, I guess Teal's resume is okay if you think about it, right? It is okay, right? It's above, I would say, some of these other guys' resume of today. It would be unfair to judge Teal with the fighters of yesteryear. You know what I'm saying? That's not going to be fair. But if you break down Teofimo Lopez's resume, right? Um, Richard Comey was a good name. Um, you can't say George Camboza because he got his status off To, like he became George Camboza from beating To. You know what I mean? And then George like went on an ill losing streak type shit, right? So, Campo Tio should have wiped that dude down. That was his last knockout. Then he fought Sando Martin. Then he fought Jermaine Ortiz. Then he fought Steve Klagic. Then he fought Arnold Barboza, and now he's fighting Shakur Stevenson. But Teofimo Lopez, yeah, then Josh Taylor, him, and because he has Josh Taylor on his resume, because he has Lomachenko on his resume, and he has them as a win. That's the most important. Tio got Loma as a win, and he got Josh Taylor as a win. You see what I'm saying? And fuck around, and Jermaine Ortiz goes on to be champion, and he goes on to have a good run and become a better fighter and have a better legacy. That win over Jermaine is going to age well. You're going to be able to look back at Jermaine and go, Jermaine was a 2-division world champion, a 3-division world champion, or whatever. When it's all said and done, that win could age well as well. Now, Josh Taylor's what it is. Arnold Barboza's what it is. Steve Klagic is probably going to be what it is. They're not going to get any higher, you know. But now Tio shares the ring with Shakur Stevenson. So when it's all said and done, win, lose, or draw, he's going to have entered the ring with Shakur Stevenson. Josh Taylor was an undisputed champion. Vasili's a 2-time gold medalist, unified world champion. Name me how many guys fought that kind of caliber of guys already on their resume. Who has that on their resume? By the way, who has that on their resume? How many fighters have that? There are fighters, yes, that got that and better, but it's a handful. It's a handful of fighters. And most importantly, Teal got half the battle won already. Because If he loses against Shakur, he has he has a better percentage of winning. Now, the George Kamboza fight hurts him because of the shit performances like George turned in. Well, not shit performances. I'll take that back. He was just outclassed. They were just a better fighter. He gave everything he had. George went in there the best version of himself. He was just, these guys were levels above him. Devin, Loma, shit like that. You know, Richard Hitchens, they were just better than him. So I can't really say his shit performance, so I take that back. My bad, George. You're a warrior, right? You've been in some tough fights, man. You just lost. That's all. There's nothing shame in that. So that's what I'm saying. Teal's going to have those dudes on his resume, man. Yeah. Now Shakur can say he's been in the ring with the likes of one part of the Horsemen in Teal. And now it's up to Shakur, to get that win over Teal, to really solidify that name. Because Teal is a good scalp. That's a good scalp, and it's for a belt. It's for his belt. If Shakur can beat him coming up, that's a good scalp, man. You're damn right. And the world got to give him credit for that. Yo, I don't want to hear it. Whether you knew it, called it. Yo, you ever see these guys call a fight and they get hung up for weeks? You can tell they haven't picked a winner in a long time or something. Okay, you picked the fight. Sometimes I pick winners and I don't even announce it the next time. I'm so busy just going forward. I don't get caught up on calling a fight. Yeah, I called the fight. Great. Let's go. Right? Guys are making 9 videos on the fact that they called the fight. Does that validate you for knowing what you talk about? I know thousands of gamblers that don't know shit about boxing call fights every day. What does that mean? Nothing. You had a 50% chance of winning. Either you pick him or him. What odds? Really? You picked that right? And you want me to do what? How many? Can you do that consistently 10 times? Now we're talking, right? People get, you know what I'm saying? And I think that, these fighters get criticized harsh. And sometimes rightfully so, I got to admit. Because sometimes it's these fighters that put their foot in their mouth. We didn't ask you to get on and say you were the best. We didn't say that you could kick everybody's ass. We didn't ask you to say that. You said that. And because we fans start texting and tweeting, yo, what's up? I thought you said you was going to. And then the guy's like, yo, I don't want to fight for belts all of a sudden. And now you sound like something. Some of these fighters put expectation on themselves, start making up these hit lists. Then they wonder why we get on them when they didn't fight anybody on the list. Mofo, you brought the list to the equation. It's not like we made up the list for you. What happened to the list? What happened to all these fighters? Now you ain't fought none of them. What, plans change? So why the hell did you say that? If you know boxing doesn't work that way. And if you were going to bring something up and use it as a ploy or a gimmick to promote some of your fights, well, then don't abandon it. Never break character. In a hustle, you never break character. No matter if they got you. They done lift up, they saw the aces up your sleeve. They think your partner's in on it. I don't know him. I don't care what they do to him. Don't break character because they're going to shoot us both in the head. Right? You're going to look bad. If you come out, I got a list, a hit list, and all of a sudden Crickets. What you think we don't remember that shit? It's you, the boxers, sometime that put these targets on yourselves. We're just fans asking you what's going on. What you said. What'd you say? There's a lot of fighters. Richard Hitchens said he gonna fight Mofo, this dude. All of a sudden, who you fighting? Like, not who we expected at all. I really thought that he was gonna fight Richard Hitchens. Let me catch up to these chats. Yo, Frontline, get up in here, man. What are you doing, Frontline? Frontline late to work. I'm about to fire this dude. And to think, I just gave him a raise, a promotion. I said, Frontline, you know what? I looked him right in the face. I said, Frontline, you've been working here a long time. You know what, Frontline? I appreciate you. Double your pay. And look, what's he doing? Living the good life with the extra pay. See, I knew I shouldn't have paid him extra because now you don't even show up to work. It's crazy. I'm gonna have to bring it down. I don't know, man. Oh, right on cue when the boss ring. I mean, listen, Frontline, how you doing? Thank you for joining us. So happy you come to work.
I've been back there so damn long. You know what I'm saying? You just didn't. You don't. You never looked
I
at this. You looking at people sideways now and shit. What the fuck going on
what?
with that?
Yo, listen. What are you talking about, bro? This is my new angle.
Oh
You know what
shit.
I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's how I do. Sometimes I want to get in touch with the viewer. I should put a fireplace back here and a warm blanket. And you know what I'm saying? Let's
Now you
talk
can look at people
boxing.
sideways.
You know what I'm saying? You know, when they say dumb shit, I just, what do you say? You know what I'm saying? Just, stepping it up here and there, little things. But enough about me. Enough about me. Can you read the chats?
I got you.
Huh?
Shout out to Bull Rider. He said, "What's up?" Again, round one.
What up?
Mister Itachi hit the like button. Bull Rider. Keyshawn, hold on. Davis is trash. Nobody got time for that.
We
Who
watching that.
else?
We watching that. Stop it. You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
you
yeah.
watching it.
Your manager came in late today, but it's all right.
He's always late. You know what I'm saying?
Um,
He was up last night with what's her name? Allie. Allie. That's his girl.
oh,
Allie. Look her
pull
up.
it up, pull it
Allie.
up, pull it up, pull it
That's
up, Edwin,
Boogie's
pull it up,
girl. That's
pull it up,
Boogie's
pull it up.
wifey. Hold on. I'll get it. Keep reading the messages.
I got you. Precision Construct says Shakur's going to step to him. His brand is on the line in this big fight. Boogie says you already talked about it. The Gary Antoine Russell versus Hiroka joins the Barrios Garcia card. Faggot touched up Tio. Guillermo says I won't be surprised if it's boring. I'll be more surprised if it's good and there's knockdowns or something. Anyway, so the weekend and Rody had the upset with the knockdown at at the Times Square fiasco. Teal definitely could be stopped. Barbara Barbosa, I mean, he could have definitely stopped Barbosa. Sandal Martin and Cambosos knocked down Teal, says Boogie. Melasa's in the building, so let him know. Boogie says, "Do I still have it?" Yeah,
Ah,
500 years ago. I think Jermaine Ortiz can give a surprise, says Melasa. Boogie says Teal's best fights were 5 years ago when he was at 35. Bulbos is in the building. Ryan Garcia is back on beast mode, says Bulbos. Bang Booty Boxing, Dimelo, says Bulbos. Look at Boogie. Frontline report to duty.
look at that. Everybody like we knew.
Melasa says vacilando en el chat. Boogie says slacking. Saludo Richard. Richard's in the building. He says salute everybody. Teofimo le va a dar una primera derrota al correcamino. Shakur Stevenson. What he's saying is Teal's gonna give The Roadrunner, his first defeat, Shakur Stevenson.
Mm, think
I don't
so,
know.
huh?
Ah. Yo, the more I watch little like training videos from both,
Hey, yo, this
bro,
is footage. This
Teal
is
look
footage. This is footage right here of
That's Ali.
Bang Bang Boogies future wifey.
That's no, his fiance
Well, it's his fiance. He
or
hasn't
future wife.
married her
You right.
yet.
You right. You right. You
He
right.
hasn't married her yet. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And Ryan Garcia is on video piecing her up right here. Listen, look at Ryan Garcia. He's like shows Allie no mercy. Watch, watch. Boom, watch. Oh, look. He steps it up now.
Look at Boogie back there talking about. Go
Oh,
ahead,
Boogie
hit
was
her. She
tight.
could take
Why
it.
you hit
She
my
could take it.
lady? Why you hit? Damn, Boogie. That's a
Hit her
lot of
harder. She could
woman.
take it.
That's a lot of beautifulness right there, Boogie. Watch this. Watch this. Watch this. He really
Look,
lazy.
Boogie's in the background. Hit her harder. She could take it. Hit her harder.
Oh! Oh, she's coming straight to the room with Boogie tonight. Oh, she's like, look, I love Boogie. You know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia, you're not fine enough for me. Beat it, chump.
Yo,
All I
Dwayne,
want is
saludo.
Boogie. You know what I'm saying? Soon as I get home, look, Boogie's all the man I need. Yo, listen. I mean, she said that word for word. I was there. You know what I'm saying? I was just translating what she was saying. That was word for word what she said in the thing. So definitely, man, I understood it, bro. But yeah, man. Damn Boogie. That's wifey. Yo, she's beautiful, dog. Listen, you got that.
Yo,
I'm not.
you're a lucky man to have her.
You're a lucky. Listen, I'm not stepping in, bro. I wouldn't be a player hater like that. I'm not gonna break up a happy home. You
And
know what
we
I'm
can't be
saying?
jealous. I mean, you were lucky enough to bag her. I mean,
I'm
we
not breaking up a happy home. That's all. You know what I'm saying? She's a looker. So
so,
Boogie, you got your hands full.
you got to look at him sideways when you say that.
That's it. And, to Boogie,
Yeah,
listen,
you got to say it sideways, sideways, sideways.
Boogie, congratulations. Yo, Boogie, she's coming home tonight and she's ready. Jesus Christ. Yo,
You ain't
yo,
shit, Edwin. You ain't
yo,
shit.
listen.
Yo, Bobby, before we get into boxing, you ready
Yo,
for what's coming your way?
Suva, what? What's going on? What's going on?
Nah, the storm y'all getting. Y'all, you
Oh, one
prepared?
foot,
You
bro.
you.
Yeah, we went out. Like you was on the phone with me today
I
when
know
my
that.
when my girl and we got like cases of bottled water, shit like that. What up, Melissa? In the building. What you doing? We got cases of water. We got the juice and shit.
No,
We got packs of
no.
batteries. We got as much shit like charged up and stuff. So what up? What?
Ah,
Who said
I'm
what?
here.
yo, the
Yeah.
chat ain't shit.
That's a man. They said. Oh no,
Nah,
that's
nah.
who said that?
Lance got the emoji with the heart eyes three
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Guillermo's laughing, Boogie's laughing, and then Kane ain't shit for
No.
that one.
What
He
he
said,
say?
"Yo, that's
That's
too
too
much
much.
woman for most men. Big up Boogie."
Big up Boogie, yo, he handles that shit. Wow, you know what I'm
Oh
saying?
shit,
Hey, yo, she
Mick,
comes
what's
home.
up? Salute, Mick. He says, "Salute round one, front line. Salute the
Yeah,
chat." Mark
Yo,
H.
Edwin.
She definitely one of a kind. LOL. Frontline, can you and Edwin switch mics?
can we switch mics? Why? What's wrong with my
Nah, your
mic?
shit sound good. And Ryan
Besides,
Garcia was crying already, says Richard. And then Bobo said you sound super low.
I no way. Do I?
No,
No,
not for long.
when I was on YouTube, you sounded super clear.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me just check the volume over here in the thing because maybe uh nope, I'm at 85. I'm really not all that low, guys. Now I put it up to like 96, right around there, right there. Boom. So yeah, I'm not that low. But I do got the Vengeance mode thing on. You know what I'm saying? If I knock this off right here, does that make me sound louder to you guys?
No, you sound
No?
perfect over here. Hey, Bobos, I think you got what I got going on because I talk loud. That's my problem. I talk loud because
Yeah,
I'm going deaf.
yeah. So I try
Oh
to talk
no.
away and little lower and slower
Oh
so
yeah.
people can understand me. Yeah.
Right, 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 right,
Because
right,
if I get crazy, I start speaking faster and more louder. So I need
right.
to chill.
How about if I turn up the volume that way?
Everybody else is saying that you sound good.
Oh
Guillermo
yeah.
said you sound good. Mark says you sound good.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. Mick with the German flags. Here he goes. Abbas Baru, 154 King, throwing shots.
Wow.
I see Sander winning that. Yo, then I was
How's
on
this sound
think
right here?
good.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
You guys can't hear the sound effects, right? No.
No.
Kevin Brown says, "Oh shit, this is round one's channel." I know
Mira.
for a fact. Dame un break, Malasa.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Este, I know for a fact. I guess whatever. I don't understand that bullshit, but a lot of lying on this panel because Ness always checking round one on his facts. LOL. But I'm definitely about to subscribe to you. I like round one.
Uh
Welcome to the fam.
yeah, 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 yeah. Don't get it confused on the facts that Ness checks on me, okay? Don't because the only time he ever had told me about Google was about a death situation with Sabir Matias, where I said I would assume they would have ran his blood after a man died in the ring. So if I'm being accused of checking my facts over someone dying in the ring, not a boxing topic, not a boxing topic. Then the other time he tried to show his ass on me was because I was speaking up for another fighter he don't care about, Naoya Inoue. So he's always rocking me on that. So be careful about that because actual boxing facts and knowledge, no, no.
No. That's
Remember
the
what?
gaslighter.
He,
Remember, yeah. Remember
yeah, he just
why?
said it doesn't matter. I still love you, round one.
All right, my dude. I love you too.
Mira,
Melaza, ¿qué es la
Edwin.
que hay?
Yo aquí yo estaba pensando, ¿verdad? Después estaba ahí quemando con la verde. Y yo dije, contra, si Hugo viene para yo poder
Eh,
irme uno contra uno con él y Edwin tiene, tú sabes, el carácter que él tiene, que tiene los espejuelos con el bigote.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know that
yeah,
guy? Yeah, that's the
yeah,
referee. So you can
yeah.
be referee.
Uh, uh,
So
uh, 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 yeah,
we can,
man.
Hugo, I don't know where are you. We need to get that crowd.
Where's
But
hey,
where?
hold up, hold up.
Hold
We
up,
gotta address Mick real quick. We
hold
have
on,
to
hold up.
address Mick.
Hey, yo, Ugo, where are you? They're asking. The fans want to know. Malasa has pulled up. Where are you? Back to you, front line.
Yo, pull up Mick's Mick's
I
Mick's
Oh,
got camera.
nah.
did you like
Mick, you
that?
gotta hit the
Huh?
link. You gotta hit the
Yeah,
link,
yeah.
Mick.
Yo. All right, what's
Mick,
going
you
on?
gotta
What's
hit the
going on?
link. We
What's
gotta
going
talk
on? What's
about it. He says,
what?
I can't wait 8 days till we crown a young, hungry lion a
Lion.
unified champ. Will it be Zayas to unify on the homeland and glory? Or does the boss make him take the Puerto Rican knee
Mm.
and write his name in history? Let's fucking go.
Listen, one thing right
Mick,
now.
you have to hit the link.
Hold up. Check this out. That fucking fake narrative of Puerto Rican knee, that's bullshit. Because been 100 Mexicans that took knees and fell, Chinese, whatever. One Spanish guy took a knee, and you guys went with the Puerto Rican knee, and Ness repeated that shit. Fuck out of here, bro. And Puerto Ricans don't take no damn knee. Ryan
No.
Garcia took a knee. He took a knee against Tank Davis. He got
I'm
hit
gonna
to
tell
the
you.
side and
I'm
he
gonna tell
got
you where
down.
that knee
He,
came from. That
he,
that Puerto Rican knee came
I,
from. That
I
came
Nance
know where it came
Gaslighter.
from. He's a
Nance
that came
gaslighter.
from
Gaslighter.
the Miguel Cotto versus Margarito fight.
I know where it came from.
Well,
Where
I know
yo and
you. I'm
don't
telling
ever
the
out.
people.
You're out of here. You're off my show. You're out of here. You're off the panel. 5 minute timeout. Never mention that guy's name on my show again.
Yeah. You know that
Oh, you talk
that's
about
it.
the plaster of
Don't
Paris guy?
don't
Yeah.
ever
Name mention
don't
that
I
name.
mention
got
his
you.
name on my show. He gets
Ever.
no
Edwin
love.
Papi. That's what blow Edwin out. Like, no. I hate that name too. I
I
used to
hate
be
that
his
dude.
fan. I used to
Yeah.
be his fan and then he did that.
Nah,
Gone.
don't F that dude. You know what I mean? But anyway, I get what you're saying.
Mickey,
And that's where that
But
stupid phrase came from, Puerto Rican knee.
Mickey.
bro,
We
we
need
ain't
to
Look,
taking no
talk.
knee.
I,
What's
I
up,
don't
We
know.
need
Mickey?
to talk,
What's
Mickey.
up? What's up,
Mickey.
guys? Here, look, I understand the Puerto Rican knee is no hang, but in Scotland, what we call it is Puerto Rican stool. Because Carlos,
Oh, oh,
because Carlos Ortiz didn't get out it against James Buchanan.
Mira,
Yeah,
diablo.
I'm only
shots fired. Shots fired. Okay. Okay,
8 days.
Mickey.
8 days, guys. We're going to
You're on
crown
a
a young.
timer. You're on
We're
a
going to
timer.
crown
Let's
a
go.
young hungry lion, and I think it could be Xander Zayas. Like
Ooh,
he could do the goods. He become a Puerto Rican legend.
he could.
Um, I think he could. I think obviously,
Wait a
like
minute,
Edwin,
I
guys.
didn't.
Wait a
you
minute.
remember
Where have
what?
we heard this story before? I think he's jinxing our guys. Remember, he came up here and took Matias,
I
and
think
then
Seville.
Matias. Yeah. So he's doing us the double whammy. Mick, I know I'm
Yeah,
on to you. I'm
No, 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 no. Nah, definitely that. Look, this is a great fight. Now we've got a distributor on Tubi. I see. So
yeah.
like, as long as beats a Barrow, it's like people will never give him the credit because they'll be like, "Who's a Barrow?" But like, I will be up here eating my crow and be
Yeah.
saying Xander Zayas beat a young, hungry champion.
Yeah.
yeah.
That and that's as simple as that. That it's a great fight. We're 8 days away.
Yeah.
Um, aye, I'm buzzing for it. What about you? What about you guys? He's getting a wee bit nervous over there. Is
I
Xander
don't
going to
know.
feel the pressure like
Maybe
Subriel
I don't know.
I
in
don't
front of the
know.
Puerto Rican
Ed,
people? Is he going to be
I
able to
don't
do it?
know. I this
Hey,
kid,
Edwin,
let
this
me read
kid
this to
though.
Edwin real quick.
Yes. Yes. Go ahead. That's what
He
I put
said,
it in.
pregúntale a Edwin si van a dar la pelea de los Chávez Jr., los hermanos Chávez Jr. Are you going to narrate the Chávez Jr. fight?
Yeah.
man.
What? Wait a minute.
What card is that on?
We got. Yeah. We got to talk that out. I don't want to make a promise that. And what
And
time
we
frame?
know.
Because
We
if it's in that crazy day with all fights, it might coincide, and I might not be. But I'll get back to you on that. Definitely. Definitely.
yo.
Look at Kane. Kane said the Scotsman's curse is real.
It's
But Edwin, you
real.
remember when you told me, you're thirsty. I feel you, brother. Like you're like you told me the passion with the passion. I was
Yeah.
thirsty with the passion.
Right. Thirsty with
So
the passion. Yeah.
you know what? When I went to other shows and keep listening, it's not me. The whole Puerto Rican fan base is really thirsty, right?
Hmm.
So I
Oh
think
yeah. We're
already
hungry.
what happened with Subriel and Dalton and stuff, they're hurt.
And
They're trying to
and
bluff
I'm
it
one of
out
them.
and shit like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
know how it is.
Yeah.
And
No. Of course.
I think Sander Saya now everybody's putting the X right there. So it's gonna be a
Listen.
pressure. I
Listen.
hear
Listen.
the place was gonna be packed up and so I know it's gonna be full. I don't know if it's gonna be packed up like that, but it's gonna be people there.
Right. Listen. Listen, my brother. Check this out. Right. Check this out. Hold on. Who do we got here? Oh, okay, okay. Check this out, my brother. I understand that Subriel lost, and it was a big loss, right? And we can't not forget about Edgar Berlanga. No matter if it wasn't for a belt,
Yeah,
it
that
was
one
a
too.
world stage. It was a world stage for us. It was one of our guys, okay. And after Matias lost, because we backed him so much because we couldn't see him losing after this performance with Alberto Puello, we thought he was gonna be here for a while watching them lose hurt. But like I told Frontline and I told Bam Bam Boogie, we're not down. We lost the belt this month. But at the end of the month, we got a chance not just to get another belt back, but to create history for Puerto Rican fighters. How? First, be the champion and unify on the island. Be a unified champion. That's the first thing. The second thing, we'll have three simultaneously unified champions for Puerto Rico at the
Yep.
exact same time. So when the
Collazo, Santiago, and
and
Zayas.
Zayas, God willing. So we might have lost one with Subriel, but we can quickly rebound and be back on top. Being in the Puerto Rican parade, can you imagine it? Three guys with more than one belt. How many countries are doing that?
All on one card, you saying?
You
On
know what I'm
Puerto
saying?
Rican Day Parade?
Whoa, that's crazy. Now,
Whoa.
you know,
Bro, that'll
that'll
sell
sh-
Madison Square Garden.
it'll shut shit down. I'm trying to
And
tell
then
you.
some.
Yeah, and then you put our young talent too on top of that. Wow, that would be an amazing night. So, yes, but you want to know something? Fighters like Subriel got us here. Fighters like Subriel paved the way for these young fighters, new up and coming fighters, and even the Xanders of the world. Because
Look,
now, huh? What?
I was going to say I didn't believe in this Puerto Rico down bad kind of thing, and I didn't believe in any of that shit.
Yeah, I
Like
don't.
it's only one fight, and like, come on, like the thing is that people look into this far too much. Like it's a victory. He lost. Subriel may become champion again. Like it's all about coming back. I quite believe that Puerto Ricans are no like Americans or
Yeah,
some Mexicans, shall I say, that throw away their fighter after a defeat and
right,
they're on the scrap heap. And
right.
like we didn't do that in the UK, and I believe Puerto Rico doesn't do that either.
No, no, no.
That
What do you mean? What you mean? Like we don't cry about like
No,
make
no,
excuses?
no. We're fighters through and through. We
Oh
don't
yeah,
just
yeah,
take
yeah.
a loss and just go quietly into the night.
Oh no,
yeah.
we stay
You
there.
know what I'm saying? We're
Like we
gonna
don't
Oh,
make
stay there.
totally.
excuses for if we
Absolutely, man.
win, we
That's
win. If we
Yeah,
lost, well, we lost.
yeah,
Yeah, it is
absolutely.
what it
yeah,
is.
Like
yeah.
I love the comments saying the Scotsman's curse is real. That is a real curse.
Hmm.
Like it is, but Abaspero isn't Scottish, unfortunately, so I can't hang my hat on that one.
No,
Right,
he's
But
German.
yeah, it's interesting. Abaspero's gone into this, and this is where I take my hat off to him and Xander.
yo,
Abaspero's going into this fight without a promoter, self promotion. He organised the fight himself, and he's going to go into somebody's backyard in his first title defence.
yeah,
And Xander to take the fight against a guy who is well seasoned, great amateur record, amateur style, and difficult to know what he can do outside the sparring is like the two of them are taking big risks here. But
right,
that's the only way you make it to the top. We can all fight
right,
Lima Beans and
right,
like all these kind of guys and
right,
Kid Owen we're going to fight and he see interim be a 3-time interim champ like Virgil Ortiz and like these guys are never going to take this. So
right,
they'll go down in the history books as duckers
right,
where I would rather somebody went and had a loss and tried to unify or tried to beat the champion in their backyard. It's like people have this imagination that like oh like Virgil's this great fighter and possibly is, but like we've never seen it. We've never seen him in a championship
right,
fight.
right. Now they're saying that Virgil's gonna be rumored. Who was it that I saw? I was just seeing some card there that was. I think they put it up on the WhatsApp chat phone line. Did you see that?
Camachito did, I
Yeah,
think.
he put something about Virgil potentially fighting somebody. I already forgot. I saw that
Let me check it out.
they
Hold on.
they gave Sebastian Fundoro's dad trainer of the year. So I just sent them out a congratulations, and they had Sebastian Fundoro's dad, him, and his sister Gabriella, and they took a picture, and he had the trainer of the year. I was that this year. I was like looking through all these things that you guys sent me on WhatsApp.
That's a bit left field, isn't it? I wouldn't have thought he was the trainer of the year.
Who was?
I wouldn't have thought Fundura's dad would have been trainer of the year. When you
Yeah,
think about
yeah.
it'd have been easy to pick Bomac, but like Bomac's got that record that being the only trainer of a Eubank to lost to a Ben, so it'd be
No,
hard to pick him trainer of the year.
but Bomac's record is tarnished because Terrence got stripped and Gabriella's undisputed and defended. You see? So
Should anyways dad not be trainer of the year?
and
Two
then
sons,
and then
two
his
Chino,
son
sons are
saludo,
world
papi.
champs.
and then his son got two belts. So training these kids out of a garage, so to speak, and having that kind of success, yeah, you got kind of acknowledge that. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, yeah. The Chulo
Because
Santiago, how they took that kid
yeah,
from
that took that.
retirement and bring him back
Come
and
on, talk
take it
about it.
go take him to Japan, win one
Talk
title,
about
come
it. Talk.
back, train him again the same year 2025 and go back to Japan and win another title
He
when he
deserves
have
that
a
shit.
shit,
That
bro.
man deserves that shit. He's got he's got a recipe for success. You can't say what he's doing. I mean, he's got some remarkable kids,
And
right? Sebastian Fedora's like
yeah, he got
he's
names
a
like
problem. He is a
Chulo Santiago is
problem.
not a name, but he teach him like a new style because Chulo Santiago used to be more a kung fu fighter, more
Yeah,
aggressive,
but he brought him
and he
back
teach him
to
to
title contention. So
yeah.
you gotta
So,
you gotta award that. So that's
but he
pretty
said
good.
108, a guy from Puerto Rico, like in the state is more bigger name, the guy that speak
Yeah,
English and all
yeah,
that stuff.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it is what it is.
So now check this out, right? So we got these fights coming up, and I want to ask you guys with the Shakur Stevenson and Tio fight, right? And everything you know about these fighters, and whether you know a lot, seen sparring footages, or whether you consider sparring footage to be a big deal, which I consider that to be experience. Even though you were working on things, there's times in the gym they're gonna tell you guys let go. They have to let you go. Because what good is sparring if some point in the sparring you two don't let go? Then you really wouldn't be learning anything. You can do walkthroughs, you can do drills, you could do 3-man drills, have a guy come out fresh every minute to you. Yeah, you could be working on shit. But at some point, you two are going to lock horns. So I don't know how you view it, but I know boxing experience is real boxing experience. Every time you step in the ring, you learn something. And if we work together, practice on things, that's even better. I know how you set things up. I know some of the things you were working on. I know what to look for when you're trying to do a combination. I'm gonna be like, oh, he's gonna go downstairs. He's gonna come up here. Let me just put my hand up here because the punch is coming. Pop, pop, boom. You know? So, what do you guys think about this fight with Shakur and Teal? And do every day, does your mind sway back and forth? How many times have you looked at this fight and saw it going many different ways? So tell me, guys, who do you got in the fight and why?
Well, first I first have Tio, right? 50-50. Then I don't know, Shakur, like I saw some pictures, some training. Ah, got me kind of like he's gonna be more active in the game, but will know how to twitch and work Tio. But then I remember Tio's versus Virgil Ortiz. And then I was like, I don't know. It's still I can still wait for it.
Yeah.
But I don't
I
know.
think the ring size would be an important thing, right? We would have to ask Boogie because he's the kind of guy that always is concentrating on the ring size, right? So, um, the last time
Well,
when
he likes the
Teal
22 by 22 for his favorite fighter.
yeah, that's what he want for William Skull. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because he says that that footwork is superior among none. You know what I'm saying? So
Gorky's in the building.
if the ring is big, I guess it would favor Shakur if he had to use his feet. If Tio gets him in trouble, right? And Shakur has to like buy a round or two. If the ring's big, he has enough skill in his feet to move around and buy himself time. If the ring's small, if they do like an 18-foot ring, um, then it might favor Teal. It might allow Teal to get closer to Shakur and the ring can get smaller on you. You know what I mean? And in tough moments where Shakur's got to shake off a punch or maybe clinch in a situation, that could play a factor to Teal because I'm giving Teal the slighter edge because he's the bigger guy. But I'm giving Shakur the slighter edge because he's the more skilled. Now, I've seen this movie before. I've seen it. I've seen where the skilled guy was supposed to kick the shit out of the guy that was not that talented, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. But what happened? But what happened? Now, you could take all the headline stories, the juice out of the equation. Still, Ryan Garcia's skill on that night weren't that good. He took multiple rounds off while he turned around and let Devin beat on his back, just giving rounds away. Ryan was fatigued. No matter what, that skilled fighter in Devin Haney at some point should have showed up in the fight. No matter what you
Yep.
say about the Austrian, no matter what, where did the skills that he's a C plus fighter, I'm an A plus fighter, he doesn't belong in the ring with me type shit, where was that guy? So I've seen this movie before where a big puncher controls the skilled guy. I'm not saying that that movie's going to play out, but there's a version I've seen. I'm curious. I want to know. I guess the only way I truly know is when they fight. But, for as many people that got Shakur Stevenson favored, don't sleep on Teal. Teal's a real live dog in this situation. I want you to know that. And I think he's a better live dog than anybody, in fact, Shakur Stevenson has been in the ring with. That's how much of a live dog he is. Now, you might want to try to downplay it. You might want to say that Shakur's all that in a bag of chips, right? But where do you see that? Who did he beat that convinces you that he fought somebody like Teal? Who? So before you start thinking Shakur got this in the bag, right? I get it. Shakur is skilled, but I'm not
Yo,
willing.
yo.
Hey, what up? I'm not willing just to like count T.O. out.
What up? What up? Yeah, I'm not
What's up,
counting him out.
Melassa? What's up, Evan? What's up, Frontline?
What up?
Mick
What
the
Yo,
up?
yo.
landlord. Hey,
Okay,
Hey,
what's up,
low
my
key.
boy? What's up, my
what's
Cookie's
up,
man?
mic
man?
is
Let
loud.
me address low key
Cookie's
real
mic
quick.
is mad loud.
My bad. Let me put it down.
All right, let me address low key. Yoremi Mendoza is not even ranked at 108. How can you say he's the best when the only unified champion at 108 is Rene Chulo Santiago?
Now you know how I feel when you say Bruce Carrington is
Yeah,
better than
no.
Naoya anyway. Now
It
you
is.
know
Whoa,
how
whoa,
I
whoa, whoa, whoa,
feel.
whoa. We're talking two different weight
I,
divisions, though.
It
it
is. It
doesn't
is.
matter
It is.
weight division. That's how I feel when people say ridiculous stuff.
If they were in the same
I
weight class,
nah. It don't matter. I'm talking about all around as a fighter. Period. Your
So,
boy's not
Abraham,
better than him, and that's how I feel when that guy just said he's ranked. What number is he ranked? 100 and
no,
what?
I don't know. I don't know what he's ranked. He just said that he's number one. And then look, Mexican boxing. Look. Frontline is down bad. We lost one. I'm not. We're not
Bad.
hiding.
Lost one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Yo,
Yo, what's up,
Frontline
Front
can't
Truck?
pick a
Front Truck to the
winner.
chat.
Fun
Yeah,
truck. What up?
people. Oh, you lost one, but they forgot that we
Hey,
got
hold
like
on,
how
guys.
many
Hold on. I
knockouts
don't think
that
we lost
night.
Matthias yet. Yo,
You
Matthias
know?
come back. Believe it.
Oh,
Oh
no.
hell yeah, he
agree.
will.
No. I got the comeback is real. The comeback is
Yeah,
real with
man.
Matias. Yeah, I'm not. Nah, come on, stop it. He ain't
Edwin,
down.
see to answer your question about like the ring size. If my memory serves me correctly, all these ring cards have had massive rings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
They've all been huge. The one in Saudi Arabia, Brian Norman and David Haney, the Japanese one that they had at Christmas time, Ben and Eubank. They were
Was it
all
20
ring
by
cards.
20?
They were all huge. If
Mm.
just go from memory, they were massive rings. Eh?
Hey, Edwin, I think I don't want to underestimate Tio, but not because of his size. I do believe Tio is a small 140, but how does Caesar say the but
Yeah,
uh
yeah.
yo, I think Tio got the skill to possibly, and I don't want to say this, I'm picking Shakur. I got 70-30 Shakur, but
Hmm.
if Tio outboxes Shakur, just like how he outboxed Arnold Barbosa, and I'm not sure you guys remember, but going into that fight, people were saying that Barbosa could beat Tio, just like how Ortiz was like giving Tio the
Yeah,
boxing
yeah.
skill and shit, right?
Yep.
So I heard predictions saying Barbosa was going to UD. I'm pretty sure Mexican boxing number one picked Barbosa by knockout. You know what I'm saying? So people were picking Barbosa, but Tio outboxed Barbosa. Tio was winning rounds. He was moving on him. He was utilizing the ring. We saw boxing IQ from Tio, and I'm a Tio hater. I don't like Tio. You guys, Mick
Yep.
knows it. Frontline knows it. Edwin, you
I
know it.
know it. I
Melassa,
know it.
but he on that night when Haney fought Ramirez and you know and Ryan shit the bed that night. Tio had the best performance that night. So I think Tio could outbox Shakur if he goes that route, but we'll see.
What is that? That dude? That he's also Garcia. He's an American. That's who I'm looking up. No, it can't be because he got 1-0 and he got knocked out. Who's the guy's name again? Frontline. What's the guy's name he's saying is better than him?
Yoremi Mendez. So I just looked him
So
up
it's
on
Mendez? Oh,
BoxRec.
it's Mendez. Okay, okay.
No, but hold
Yo,
on, that's
Kai,
not
I
his
agree with
name.
you.
His
Sean McComb did outbox Barbosa. I totally agree with you. You know, Barbosa, I
his,
didn't highly rate him, but you know, I agree with you about that.
his real name is Sergio Alfonso Mendoza
I got him.
Cordova.
He's Mexican. I got him.
Diablo.
I got him.
Exactly. He's
He's
27 and
20,
0 with 23
27
knockouts.
with 23 knockouts. And he's number one in everywhere, but he's number one for the Mexicans, and he's number one down there out of 439 fighters. He's
Ah,
20.
wait there.
Now,
He's
now,
25
This
years old.
fighter has 2 box recs.
look at his box rec load. Name one fighter that's worth mentioning.
Okay, let's
See,
check it out.
see if you actually look him up, he has 2 box recs. One with loads of losses on it, and one with just wins.
What?
That
Really?
Mendoza kid, yeah, yeah, he's got 2 box recs.
No way.
He does absolutely. He was on the TBV once. He has 2 box recs.
Let's check
That means he
this.
tried getting a legal visa into the country, and
That's
he
how
was
the
boxing under
Mexicans
both.
do. Dominicans do the same shit.
Bro, my dad did that.
They trying to better themselves. You got to give it to
Yeah.
them. You can't knock them for their hustle.
Shit, Melasa, you know how many Dominicans are in Puerto Rico? It's a whole bunch of them
Yeah.
out there.
Yes, they floated like Cubans too, because
Yeah,
now
Cubans.
now Cubans they are like 3 generations down there now because
I heard we may get some Venezuelans coming now because
yeah they
people are trying to
started
get
to
out.
Not as
yeah
hard as ICE is working.
no
That's like a
before
setup.
all that stuff.
ICE is on
This shit is
overtime right
true.
now.
But now
That's like a setup.
they're cleaning the island, but
Yeah,
whatever,
I can't find his other box rec. It must be
Kane
under another
says
name.
I don't like Shakur, but I think his fundamentals are going to be too much for Teal. But you don't know what Teal is going to rock up. That's the
Round
only
one.
problem.
That's
So
true.
so from the beginning,
I
I've always
agree.
said I had Shakur, right? But after watching Teal training videos and Shakur, it looks like Teal's taking this shit real fucking serious.
Mm,
So, I'm going back to a 50-50. I'm still going for Shakur, obviously, but I'm not counting Teal out.
No,
I
I'm
feel
not
you.
counting him out. I'm not counting him out. That's the one
So
thing
round one
I'm
on
not
that
doing.
kid's box rec. See if you click the top buttons and go to TCL Pro. Right, he's got various buttons at the top here.
Okay,
Right,
hold
the
on.
one that's you click on TCL Pro. Look at the guys he's losing to there.
Hold on. I'm going on. Wait, where am I going?
So look at the top of his box rec page,
Yup, I got you.
and it's got all various banners where it says Box Pro,
Yup.
Box. Click on TCL Pro.
Okay, wait. I clicked on Box Pro, didn't do nothing.
Right, no, but that'll change. See if it's got all the tabs. See if you click on TCL Pro.
Where's that PCL Pro? Where are you looking at that?
TCL Pro. It's one of the wee tabs at the top.
Okay, hold on. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put the box rec on the screen, and I want you to show me where to.
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Here it is, right here. I'm on that right here. See, there he
Right.
is, right there.
So,
Hold up. Let me put you guys inside. Okay, where is
no,
it?
that's a different kid. There's another Mendoza who has, it's a
That's
different kid. It's a different kid. It's another Mendoza. That's Abel Mendoza. And he has like two different box rates, but
Oh,
no, it's
okay.
a
So
different
that's
guy.
it. All right.
That is a
All right.
different guy.
Yeah, this is the guy that's fighting him. So yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that
So I'm glad we cleared that up. You know what I mean? I don't wanna
Now,
like
hold on, now,
say
since you got him there, let's scroll through his
what?
resume.
Okay, I could do that. We'll put him back up. Hold up. Boom. All
Let's
right.
See what he
go
got.
through his resume. Who has he fought that's worth the shit?
All right. Well, he's 27 and 23. You can
Right.
see out of worldwide, he's ranked number one out of 439, and it's settled right here. He has an 85% knockout ratio. He's 25. He's born in
See,
Mexico.
I don't like the way BoxRec does that shit because how can he be ranked number one when Chulo's a unified champion, and then you got the other I don't know if he's Mexican or where he's from.
Okay. Wait, stop. Frontline. You must forget. I think you're forgetting that as a champion, you're not
Look at
ranked.
that. 0 and 35.
You're
12
not
and
ranked.
41.
You're not ranked as a champion. You're already the champion.
112.
He might be the number one ranked because that's what he is.
Oh,
But
this is
the
the 4 round
champions,
fight.
they
Oh
don't
my
go under a
god.
ranking system. You're already a champion. That's
Yeah.
why he'll be number one. Like
You,
that kind of.
you see those negative records? That's crazy. 0 and 35.
Yeah, that's at
Yeah.
the beginning. That always, not always,
No,
but
but Edwin, scroll through.
okay,
Give me
I'm
one.
going.
You like these lower weights. You tell me who's a notable opponent in there, and
God
where
damn.
and where have these fights been at? They've all been in Mexico. Hey,
Sixteen.
Mexican boxing
And
number one. Eating tears, bro. That's a new one. If you can eat tears, you the man.
I told um anyway, no, it's just not gonna come out right. Anyway,
look that one.
yo,
14-11. Oh my god. Then he got a 11-1.
Ah, ese no le aguanta un puño a Chulo.
this dude is not the best.
Exactly. He's got a padded record, and here goes. And then Mexican boxing number one,
Mega
and then low
padded.
key, they're gonna unsubscribe from the channel when Chulo beats the fuck out of him,
No, they're
and
not.
and,
They're gonna
and they're,
Oh
they're
man.
riders. They're riders. They're
Hey,
they're
boxers.
not gonna
frontline. I
come.
could say this for sure, man. I could take any of you guys to Mexico and get you guys a professional boxing win
man.
without
So
any training.
I bet. I bet.
No, I'm
Edwin,
not lying because I had a friend, my friend Michael.
No.
He
You
went
got
pro. He
105. You
went
got to go
pro.
to
He went
Rene
pro in
Santiago, Edwin.
2021, and he went to Mexico. He got his first win in Mexico.
Edwin, see the one I put in the back chat. Go and bring his box rec up, and I'll show you how easy it is that these fighters can
Up
manipulate it.
one weight class, Edwin, right there. Nope. Go to the right and look at Rene Santiago.
They got his picture, number one king.
Yeah.
They consider him the
You
number one. Then
Now go to Rene Chulo Santiago. He
I
should be to
know
the right there.
they got him number two in the world, and there's only three
shit,
Puerto Rican fighters there out of 439. The same number. He's number
Man, they
two.
fucked his hairline up, yo.
Yeah, he
bro.
went to Cesar Cedar's barber.
You know why? Because he has four losses.
And he's the unified champion.
It doesn't
Doesn't
matter.
matter
That's why that other guy they got him higher ranked, the Mexican.
because
So
got
let's
a
see who.
padded record.
Oh yeah, just wait up. Let's see who Chulo for. Let's see what's going on here.
Look.
25 and 13, 10 and 3, 2 and 0. That's a winning record. That's an undefeated fighter. Anyway, 13 and 1, 14 and 0, 15 and 6, 7 and 0, 26 and 3, 22 and 2, 14 and 1, 10 and 0. He's got a better record.
Yeah. Edwin, see the one I put in the
That's
back
a
chat.
better resume.
Yeah, that's a better resume. You fought better opposition.
Go and bring his box rec up. I put it in the back chat. And this is how easy fighters can manipulate it. Box rec.
And he's got better championship experience. He got one more 12-round fight. He's got it. Oh, 3, 4. Oh, no, he's got way better experience than that Mexican dude. He's got a 12-round
Exactly.
fight, a 12-round fight. He's got another 12-round fight and another 12-round fight. In these fights, he went the distance. So
I
he's
love
got
that shit.
he's got the pedigree. He's
I
got a
love
lot.
that shit.
Look at this. He's got a lot of fucking distance. So what was the man? What was the Mexican dude again? Right here?
Ese cabrón.
Yeah,
This guy
what
right
the
here?
hell?
What's
How
he
many
got?
titles he's got? He's another
He ain't got no
unified champion.
titles.
He got no titles. He never
And how
fought
is
for.
the number one?
I don't know. politics.
Because he
Okay,
fought a bunch of bums to
okay,
pad
hold
up
up,
his
hold on, hold on,
record.
hold on, hold on, hold on. We got a 10. He goes back down to an 8, then a 10, then a 10, 10, 10, 10,
Then he
8,
got a 6.
6, 10, 10, 10, 12, 112.
You've got to remember that
Me-
box rate's done on a point system, though. Yeah.
Mexican boxing, of course, he wants Chulo next. He wants a shot at the title.
He wants a free ride to the
He
top.
wants a free why. Why don't he go after another one to get one belt? He wants to go after Chulo because Chulo holds two.
Yeah, but
And then when
that's what
Chulo
you're
beat him, he
supposed to
got
do. That's
excuses.
what you're supposed to do, though.
I
You know
I
what I
know
mean?
that.
You're supposed to go after the champion. So,
And then,
whether
when Chulo stops him or Chulo beats him, they're gonna unsubscribe. They're gonna change their
you
names.
guys hear this shit? You guys hear
Yeah.
this shit? This
Making
guy's
excuses
he
like
talking.
always that the light bulbs was
Oh
too
yeah,
bright,
Mexico.
the
Where you guys at?
referee,
Que viva
the
Yeah.
Mexico, cabrones!
the
Yo, where
judges
you
was
guys at?
bought, the ring was
Oh yeah.
wet. I don't
Yeah.
know,
Oh
but
You
yeah.
hear
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
shit?
Yeah.
You hear this shit? This is crazy. Yo,
Bro,
I
you name
fucking
hey
love you guys. Yo,
Mexico Mexican boxing. Name one Mexican per weight class, and I'll give you a Puerto Rican that'll beat him.
oh, stop it. It's the same
damn.
thing for everywhere.
Hugo, where are you?
Yo,
Hugo.
y'all talking
Hugo, look,
shit.
Hugo está escondido. He
Y'all
might have got
talking
deported
shit.
too.
Oh, yo, shut up. That's fucked up. Yo, all my Mexican brethrens out there, shout out to you guys. You know what I'm saying? I can't spell boxing without Mexican boxing. And always know that I'm round one. I respect and love my rivalries. Where would my sport be without my rivals? I need you just like you guys need me. So I know I learned how to respect my rivals.
Hey, they know this is all fun and games for the sport. Ain't nothing
Nah, nah,
personal.
nah, nah. They
They
know
know that shit. But
they need to know
my flag go
me.
up higher.
This is biased Puerto Rican talk at its
Yo,
finest.
esa bandera es
These guys, I lived
I
alta
cannot
que
name one
through the
cruz.
Mexican
test,
better than Najee Lopez
but
at 175.
ooh, shots fired.
Can anybody unless Zerdo comes down to 175? I don't think his fat ass is gonna do it
What
Yo,
about the Mexican
against
monster?
Jairo
Enchiladas.
Pataya needs to fight him, bro.
What about the Mexican monster?
What
Jairo
are you
Pataya needs
talking
to fight
about?
him.
No answer at 26. We got Keith Colon at 26. We got John
Is
Paul
Benavidez
Rivera at
coming?
26.
Oh,
Is
we got
Benavidez
some
gonna stay at
kids.
175 or is he gonna go to 190?
I don't
I
Oh,
know.
think
he's
That I
coming
Benavidez is
can't
back.
going
answer.
up. And at
I
130,
thought
we
we're
got
claiming
Henry
Benavidez is
Montolebron.
Dominican.
Oh, he's a bit of
Nah,
everything,
The
I think,
Dominican
yeah.
monster.
Ah, he's a bit of
stop it.
Honduras,
Are you playing,
Dominican.
Cookie? You ain't
No,
playing shit.
He
I
got a little
swear.
Oh,
Scottish in him too.
hey
I
guys,
swear his dad told me
I
that.
wanted to show you guys something.
Show
I
us.
I bought this for my girl for Valentine's kind of day and shit. And
Oh, the one on the right.
yeah, check it out, check it out, check it out, check it out.
Yo,
You mean,
Edwin, man, this is a
That's
kid show.
hard.
Yo,
I
is
mean, you
that
didn't
dope or
get a
what?
Zuffa belt?
Come on, look, they got pants on, guys.
Bro, that's
Okay,
crazy, man.
pants. It's funny though.
That's funny and
You
awesome.
know what I'm saying? It says "fuck Valentine's." I
Where
love
you
you
got that,
every
bro?
day.
You don't just buy that anywhere.
Nah, I bought it. I had it made. And like in the
Oh, they made okay.
yeah, they made it, and
That's
then
artistic.
yeah, and what it does is it got like this, and you could turn off the lights and boop,
Yeah.
turn it off,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then
Okay, man.
you
No
see,
wonder. No wonder why Shorty stayed with you, bro.
you know what I mean? Yeah,
She's like,
and then
I can't let go of this dude.
I got our names there, her name and my name and shit.
Oh man, see, man?
Yeah, yeah, I
We got to learn
designed
from
it.
you, Edwin. You know, you got the old school Mac.
Oh shit, a little
That's it,
romantic,
But
you
that
Cookie.
shit
know?
works, bro. Kids
It,
try to, they don't really finesse it like that.
Nah, you
man, I'm
got
going to
to.
have to send my Zuffa belt back. She's not going to want it. I'm going to have to send it back.
Damn, you bought her a super belt? Wow.
Uh,
Baby, if it doesn't fit, I'll keep it. Yo.
You know, Snormore Rain is going to have that up in his background soon, isn't he? Snormore's going to have the fucking hat on. Zuffa boxing. Fucking Zuffa at the back. Fucking
Oh, that'll be.
Snormore.
Oh my god, that'll be funny.
man,
Wow. Yeah, man, but I got that. Let me turn it on. I want to kill the
that's
battery.
dope, man.
I thought
Hey,
it was cool. She got
Mexican
a kick
boxing.
out of it.
I
Yeah,
don't know if Milan got ducked. I know he turned the fight down. For what reasons, we don't
yeah.
know.
He turned for with Resendiz.
Yeah,
Maybe Berlanga was taking some time off, and he knew he wouldn't be ready for the time date they had, so he wasn't going to force it. That's common in the sport. Doesn't mean that he ducked Resendiz.
exactly.
Or the
It
pay
just
wasn't
means
that
that
good neither.
yeah, it just means that he could have been in a different place. And when the fight was offered to him, he said, "But okay, I'll take the fight, but when? Yo, you got to get the
Where?
fuck. I'm not gonna make it. I
Yep.
can't. Like right now, you guys got me this. I need like 3 weeks to handle my affairs, to get my team together, then to go out to camp. I'm not gonna make it. You
And it,
guys
the
ain't gonna
fight was
rush
in
me.
Mexico.
Yeah,
And
you
they
guys.
offered in Mexico,
Yeah, you
paying
guys ain't gonna
pesos.
rush me into a fight, and then I go in there and get another loss. Like I want
Like
to
I
be
Hold
think
on,
ready.
hold
So
I
on, because
think that was the
low,
issue.
low key said something. Hold on. Hey, who? Low key, type in his full name. I'll look him up and I'll tell you. He's talking about El Perro Mosqueda destroys Keith Colon.
is he?
I want to look him up.
How polished is that guy? Is he
I don't know.
really
That's why
up
I
there?
want to
What?
look him up.
Yeah, type in his name, his real name.
So like Edwin, see if you've got Boxrec in front of you,
Mexico boxing said nobody wants to hear that. What
Vincent, saludo, papi.
about Edgar Berlanga? I mean, you don't know these things, Mexico, right? Yeah, like en verdad, right? Check it out. Think about it. You're just getting brutally knocked out in front of your wife, in front of hometown, right? The next time you enter the ring, you better be ready.
Edwin, his name is Brandon Mosqueda.
Gotcha.
He won the WBC tournament, says low key. Look, Vincent just said Belanga's fighting in February. That's probably why he didn't take the fight.
That's probably why he didn't. Yeah.
see, I think that was the big issue for Berlanga was that um this Ryan
Well,
Garcia card changed dates.
miraculously, all these guys are Mexican. You notice that, right? Okay. So he's 13-10. They got a picture with like,
Hold on,
I
pull
don't
him up because it might be the wrong guy.
nah, they got a picture with him. He got like fire or something in the background and shit. He's like, here we go. Bingo. There's your boy. That's him.
Okay.
13-0.
Well, how many knockouts he got? I can't see.
10, 13
Oh,
and 10.
all right, scroll down. I'm gonna see his record. Let me see who he's fought.
He's 21 years old. He has a 76% knockout ratio. The first fights, you never judge it by that. But the first fighter he fought had a 1-0 record. So he went into the fight 0-0-0. The next fight was 1-0. Next fight was losing fighter 6-1, 4-3, blah, blah, blah. Okay,
That
let's see.
record look good. Look a good
Look
record.
at 12-0, 7-0, 8-0, 8-1,
Look good.
17-0.
See
He's all right.
see
Alright.
see the
He's
fact it's got stars at the
he
end of it.
Yeah, he's only got 8-round experience. He's young. That's
Which
it.
which
Oh,
Keith
he's young
Colon just
too.
fought his first 8 round fight with fresh production.
Yep.
Yep.
You want to know
So
something? That might be a banger.
A good future fight in couple like next year maybe. Let's see how
Yeah,
many
let's set
fights
that
they
up
get.
now. Let's set that up now.
let's get that hype going right now.
Let's get that now. I want to see this fight.
Hey, send that to Keith Colon's father.
I'm going to send it to him. 13-10.
Hey,
Keith
hey,
Cologne is 9-0.
if Keith Colon's father's listening, that link that Edwin sent you before, that's the link to hop on. We'll hop off so Keith can chop it up with Edwin.
I'm trying to tell you.
Because I know he be listening sometimes. He just don't be typing or nothing.
Yo, Edwin, I'm grateful that we have a rivalry with Mexico because right now with the UK, bro, we got a problem. Yo, we can't
Yeah.
get UK guys are fucking laying us flat on the map, bro. We don't look good against the UK right now.
Yeah. It always works. It always works like that in the beginning. And then all of a sudden we come out and starch them.
Yo, Mick, what's the secret, man? How did these guys from
They're fucking
these parts
serious,
of the
bro.
world keep getting knocking Puerto Rican fighters out, man?
Mm.
I don't know, man. It's like I made a wee comment earlier just to rile the boys up a bit. I was like, we'll get a young hungry lion as a unified champ. It may be Xander Zayas in the homeland or a Bass Barrow may make him take the
4-1,
Puerto Rican name.
5, 3 or
Fuck,
5,
And they
4
man.
and
just
9,
shouted me up
4 and
here.
2,
And I says,
6 and
well,
11,
it's
24 and
Hey,
in
19,
Scotland it's a Puerto
5
Rican
and 0,
still.
Mick, I'm glad you brought up
So
28
Xander
and
Zayas
8.
again. Hey, Mexican boxing. Tell Virgil Ortiz to stop ducking Zayas. He ducking boots.
Sergio
He
Ortiz can
ducking
go
boots,
on
and he
fight
ducking
Bucenis.
Zayas.
He can go on fight Bucenis. Let's those two bang at it. And let Saya do his thing. Like
Jason,
when
that's a good
Berger have
fight.
a title or be somebody, then he can talk to Sander. But in the meantime, let him be.
okay, I think the secret to it is that probably like most Puerto Rican fighters when they go to America to fight Americans, they're kind of underrated. They're not getting the credit that they deserve. So the when the Puerto Rican fighters go there and win, it's kind of a shock. And I think that's what the UK kind of has with Puerto Rico at the moment. That, as we say, we had a look back and it was like Cotto beating Jennings is the only one we can think of in a long time. And it was, I think it's just been underrated fighters as such. But I've tried to get a Bass a UK passport, but he's no for it.
What? A passport?
I was worried
Yo,
about that. I was worried about
yo,
that. I
yo,
don't need
guys, yo,
another
guys, yo,
collection.
guys, yo, guys. I don't, take this for what it's worth, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But it just goes to show you that the world has come a long way. A black German, really? A black dude, a German, like would in Hitler's days would that fly? Would he?
Shit,
Would he?
man.
Yes.
Would he represent and say, "Yo,
We
the
got it.
black"? Like, look at how far. Like that bugs me out sometimes.
We
Like,
got to take you to Europe, man. There's black people in Sweden now. You got black
no, no,
people in
no. Like I
I
said,
think
like I said,
Ireland.
like I said on my channel, one of the places I want to visit is Germany. I heard it's beautiful out there. They're real smart people, innovators. They got something for everything.
Yo,
Like I
Edwin,
told
can
you,
you imagine a Nigerian person with an Irish accent? Straight
yo,
Irish.
it's crazy. Like the world,
the,
like a
Bro,
black,
Ireland,
like
there
Scotland
is a
has
there is
tons of
like a black Russian, a black dude, a Russian.
no, so
That's crazy,
there is
right?
an athlete that's a Nigerian Irish athlete. I can't think of her name
I
now,
think it's
but she speaks
Adam
aye.
Ida. Adam
You want
Ida,
to
he plays for Ireland.
Yeah, played for
yo,
Celtic
check
as
it
well,
out.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
want to know? You want to know the most one of the most bizarre things I've ever witnessed in my life? That Chinese family that moved to Puerto Rico and they play salsa.
Oh yeah,
Yo,
man.
them Chinese people talk better Spanish than me.
Bro, they make better Chinese food in Puerto Rico than the USA.
Bro, that Chinese family has lived in Puerto Rico. They're all talented. Like, have you ever you looked them people up? They're Chinese. They
Yeah,
speak
man.
Puerto Rican. Their kids, their daughter, the kids they had on the island, they speak Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rico
Yo,
is a very diverse island.
yo,
Yo, there's a new Chinese restaurant that opened up in Texas. It's
that fucks me up
it's a
every time
it,
I see them sing salsa.
but
When this,
listen, it's a
they're like,
Chinese lady. It's a Chinese lady
yo,
who married a Puerto Rican,
yo, that shit is
and
beautiful. That
and they
shit
got
is
and they got
crazy.
a restaurant chain that's popping
Yo, that
supposedly. I
shit
don't
is
know.
beautiful. Like I see that Chinese family, and I just be like, look at the world, man. It's changing, man. It's a beautiful thing, man. Back in the days we were segregated, and sometimes a lot of these things happen, and racism does exist. But when you see shit like that, man, you gotta notice that the world is changing, man. At least we're trying in a way.
Hey, yo,
Just
Mick,
as fucked
do I
up
get
here
any
and there,
credit?
but
My ex, she was born in Scotland.
Scotland.
Yeah, she was born in Scotland. She's from Pakistan, but
Oh
her
yeah.
Aye.
family her
Yeah.
family relocated to Scotland and then they moved to the US.
So like what people really forget is like so for especially Europe, like the Roman Empire was part half of Africa. So when they kind of were disbanded, the people just stayed in the countries. So there is a wealthy black people
There's
all around Europe.
Japanese, bang.
But
I thought they were Chinese. They Japanese. You sure about that?
Damn, you don't know your own peoples, Edwin?
They're not my people. What are you talking about?
I mean, they do have salsa tournaments in Japan, and you know what's funny? Japan actually comes out first.
Like
Yeah.
Japan actually beats Puerto Rico in like salsa
Yo, my dudes,
competitions.
maybe we're thinking about the wrong people because listen, I'm 51, right? And these dudes had a record when I was 10. My grandmother had their album, the Chinese people I'm talking about. I think
Mm.
they were the first ones. Then that Japanese band came along later. But I'm telling you, I was a kid when I saw the cover and my grandmother put the album on and they were singing salsa. So that's how far back that album. My grandmother had a crate of records.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and they was on the cover, bro. That's how I found out about them. That was back in the day. That was like in fucking
yeah.
80, 86. No, bullshit.
Shit,
That was like fucking
could have been late
1980.
'70s.
No, that was 84. 84, 82 when my
Yeah,
grandmother had the crate when I was living in Jersey still.
yeah.
Yeah, bro.
We kept ours though. We didn't throw it out.
Nah, my grandma passed away. I don't know who got those
Rest in
albums
peace.
now, but yeah, that's the band I'm talking about. If you're talking about them, I thought they was Chinese. They was told to me, but you know how Puerto Ricans are. Back then,
Yeah,
everybody, any Chinese race was Chinese. You know,
yeah.
so they could have,
Lo chino.
yeah,
And,
lo
and
If
the
chino,
you
lo
thing is,
chino.
Japanese, chino.
Right, yeah,
Filipino,
right.
chino.
So I could see my grandmother laying me astray like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, I might be wrong, but
And
that's the one.
every Puerto Rican has a guy in their family named Chino.
That's it.
If you're born with
Or Indio,
eyes like chinky
Indio.
eyes, then it's gonna be
Yeah,
Chino.
and if you are dark with straight hair, you're Indio. And if you are
Yeah,
dark with,
Indio.
if you're dark like Matias with nappy hair, you're Moreno, Tio
That's
Moreno.
me.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So
To my son Bulbus in the chat. It's still Matthias comeback. Matthias comeback, and you can hop on the panel and talk your shit, but you're gonna stay in the chat. So I'm gonna bring it back to Edwin.
Eh, eh,
so Edwin,
Everybody's Chinese, right? Come on, Boogie.
Yeah.
Yo, you know how like we do,
You could
bro,
have been
back in the
Chino. No,
day?
Edwin, right? When you were born, did you have chinky eyes?
Nah, I'm Cano.
Oh,
I'm Cano. I'm Canito. Yeah.
so Edwin,
God,
can you play that YouTube video that's in the back chat? That you'll laugh when you hear her voice or accent rather.
Eh,
hey, Koki, I never got to congratulate you. I didn't know you had a son.
Yeah, man. It
When?
was a wild
Congratulations.
time when I went to California. You know, I met
Oh,
this beautiful Mexican girl named Lupita. You know, Lupita and me got it going
oh,
on.
you got a
She went
Yeah.
half
to
Mexican
she wanted to
son?
hear some, Daddy Yankee. I gave it to her.
You
Yeah,
got
la
a half
gasolina. You gave
Mexican
her la
son?
gasolina.
Yeah, bro. I love
Yo,
Mexico.
so, how can you be racist towards Mexican
I love
fighters? He
Mexico, bro.
love
I date
Mexico.
Mexican girls. I
So
date Mexican
wait,
girls
wait,
more
wait,
than
wait,
Puerto
wait,
Rican
wait,
girls.
wait, 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 wait. So
He
what did you
gave
name
her
your
the
son?
burrito.
Hold
Listen.
on. Edwin,
It was like
Edwin,
5 years
hold
ago,
on.
right before
Edwin, hold on.
COVID.
What did you name your son?
Enrique.
No way.
Enrique, yeah, Enrique.
Really?
But what do
Yeah,
you
Nice.
call him
Ricky.
though?
Mexican boxing one.
No. Well, my son is not allowed to go on YouTube. I'm trying to get him
Right. Right.
right on the right path. Not
Yeah.
being influenced by social media. So no YouTube for him. If I find out my son is on YouTube and he's using the name Bulbus, there's gonna be a problem.
Yo, listen. Listen. Your son is all pock blocking on YouTube under a different name.
I'm parental blocks. Parental control. Nah, but love to Bulbus, man. There's no here, man. We definitely would love to have you on the panel. No hate, bro. Like honestly, we can't be mad at each other, man. We're
Yo,
all strangers online, man. It's all love,
Yo, I don't got no problem with you myself, right? But I'm gonna tell you just one time. Stop looking at my girl. Okay, she's in
Hey,
the
hold
corner,
on,
half
bro.
naked.
I
All
was
right,
looking
hey,
to the
baby,
other
put on some
side.
clothes. Bobus is looking
I
at
was
you.
looking
Baby,
inshallah, look to the right.
Yo.
Yo, salute to Fun Truck. Can we drop the link in the chat? Because Fun Truck definitely has a lot of input on the Tio and Shakur fight.
We could drop the link.
Yo, Fun Truck did a whole analysis, like he did a whole research on both guys. He's a fellow Mexican brother too.
So round one, you were asking about sparring earlier. How the sparring dictates this fight. I know fighters that have sparred Shakur. They say they do 8 5-minute rounds, and he's impossible to hit.
Yeah.
Absolutely impossible to hit. And like one was Nathaniel Collins.
Yep.
He's rated number 1 by WBC at 126. So
Oh
couldn't
wow.
hit him. Couldn't hit him.
And yo,
Just
and
saying.
Josh Padley admitted it. Josh Padley said, I thought I was a really good fighter. I thought I was gonna do fairly well on short notice. He said, I never been in the ring with a fighter that moved like Shakur. Josh
Yep.
Padley was honest, and I respect him for that. Josh Padley was like, "Yo, listen, um, Shakur was doing things that I've never seen a fighter do." So, and that's important when fighters talk and give credit flowers. It's tough because you're in a
Yeah.
business where machismo and toughness leads the way. So to
Yeah.
being honest, it shows a lot, And he came out and was like, "Yo, listen," Josh Padley was on it. He was like, "Yo, I wish. Hold on, give me a second. I could bring up the interview with him,
Yeah.
and that
Sam
was cool.
Knox. Sam Knox said the exact same thing. Couldn't
Look at
hit him.
that. Couldn't hit him.
Head was there. Says looked as if you could hit him, and he says it's a distance control rather than the movement. He just says he's never couldn't hit him in the 8 rounds.
Right. Wow.
Crazy.
That's saying a lot. And like that speaks to the evolution of Shakur Stevenson as a fighter. As you see him climbing up the ranks with each fighter, he's had moments and mental lapses in fights. I can say, okay, but it still doesn't take away from his greatness, his ring IQ, his movement, his ability to box. We can see the fighter that he is. Now, that's why this fight with Teofimo Lopez is very interesting because we know that Teo is not just going to hand Shakur Steven his WBO title. We know that Teofimo Lopez wants a win, if not more than Shakur Stevenson. So, you see, Teo's gonna fight like a man that has a loss on his record. He's not worried about the O. He's not bounded by saying he's gonna lose. Shakur is a fighter that's worried about the O. He still has the pressure of being undefeated. He's going to want to look perfect, but maybe he's not going to want to take chances when the fire turns on. Teo's handcuffs are free from that. He's free to fight. Not me. Now, it doesn't say that he's going to beat Shakur, but these are some of the things that play into the equation that I got to be like, it's better to fight free, so that you can flow in the fight. So,
Yeah, Boogie's crazy.
what's he saying?
He was talking to Bobitz about the anatomy of I don't want to say what, because look, I'm on good terms with Mexicans, man. I have no beef with Mexicans. I don't want to. It's just funny how this is going in the chat.
Oh yeah.
So Edwin, I kind of agree with that take, though. I think Teo cares more what people think of him than what Shakur does. I think that
I know he's a
Teo.
sore loser. I know that much.
I know Teo. If Teo is, I think Teo this hurt would loss would hurt Teo more than it would hurt Shakur mentally. I think he's just all about like people are talking as if Teo's not an elite fighter. He is. Like, he maybe not be able to cut off the ring and do other things, but he is an elite fighter.
Listen, let me tell you something. May the force be with Shakur Stevenson. All right? Because Teo's coming. All right? And he listen. Oh shit, somebody's losing a limb. Listen. May the force be with him. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Teofimo Lopez is not handing that belt to Shakur Stevenson. And if you think for 1 second Teo's gonna come in there, fight fans, and lay down, you sadly mistaken.
Yeah,
Teofimo
nah.
Lopez is ready to defend that belt and that ring belt he so valiantly carries around. Not one but two. Now, Teo might be many things. He might not be the best talker, and he might talk a lot of shit. But one thing's for sure that a lot of you guys have to acknowledge that it seems like Teo shows up in the big fights. This is a big fight. And
Does it?
you gotta remember the factor. Shakur Stevenson is coming up in weight. Just
Does
remember that.
what would you class Tio's big fights as round one?
Huh?
What would you say Tio's big fights were that he stepped up in?
The best fights he stepped up was Loma. He stepped up in the Josh Taylor fight because, rightfully so, Josh Taylor gave a better account than he did with Jack Catterall. He lost that fight with Jack Catterall, but he didn't look as good as he did with Tio. In the Tio fight, you can actually see where Tio breaks him down. Tio was out muscling him, but Tio in that fight, listen, Tio's performance actually in that fucking Josh Taylor fight, he was a little all over the place. He was throwing wild. But the reason why he was doing that is because he was fighting that fight that Jack Catterall was fighting. He was beating him at his own fight. So I'm not gonna say that Tio typically fights that wild and those shots were a little open, but I had to admit Jack Catterall technically going into the Tio fight was the unified undisputed world champion. Now he got stripped, yeah, because he didn't fight his mandatory and he chose to fight Tio. But on his accomplishments, he wasn't beaten. He was an undefeated fighter when he fought Tio. So say what you want about that. Tio knew and he understood the moment. He knew if he beat Josh Taylor, he would get that recognition of beating a great fighter. He knew if he beat Loma, the two-time gold medalist, he would get that recognition. It seems like Tio's opponent, it has to get him out of bed. In order for Tio to fight good, you got to make him not sleep at night. Have him thinking about the fight. And when you
So,
got Tio thinking about the fight, that's when he comes out to fight.
so on that, would you say people forget the Loma fight was behind closed doors, no fans there in the bubble,
That's worse.
and
That's
then
worse. That's worse for both fighters. Why? You could hear every punch. It was eerie, right? You don't got the fans to back you up. You mean you to tell me you guys fought cold? You didn't have the energy from the fans until you fought like that? When you didn't have the New York crowd yelling, T.O., T.O., you had nothing, T.O. Matter of fact, that bothered, I guess, Loma so much, that motherfucker took the first 5 rounds off.
so exactly. So then, would you count the big fight he did have was in front of fans in New York against George Kambosos?
All right, look, I got to be honest with you, right? You put George Camboza in the ring with Tio 10 times, Tio beats him 9 times. That one time, Tio and his dad couldn't get it together as a team because make no mistake, Tio's dad let him down. Tio's dad was just saying, knock this guy out already, get him out of here. Those weren't instructions you should have been telling your son. You should have been telling him, Tio, wake up, box this guy. At the end, when Tio started to box a little bit, he dropped George Camboza, didn't he? Didn't he split his eye? There wasn't just one more round. Tio got it together in the fight too late. His pride, when he got dropped, his pride was fucking with him. You could see it in that smirk that he got, that he was trying to laugh it off, but it wasn't working. And his father just kept saying, knock him out already, instead of waking the son up. But I know this for a fact. You put George Camboza in the ring with Tio 10 times, Tio's going to beat him 9 times. It's that one, you could fuck, see, that's the one thing with Tio. You could fuck with his head, with his mental. Tio got too much pride. He wears it on his sleeve. Tio will let you know when you're getting to him. You know what I mean? There's certain things. Arnold Barboza didn't do enough to get in Tio's head. No. But you know who can? Shakur. Shakur can get in his head. It's like that same thing with Henry Cedeno was calling the other dude a fake Dominican.
Yeah,
It's
that really
certain
got into his head.
it's certain things. You
Yeah.
gotta know how to push Tio's buttons. And when you find that thing, yo, he holds you, you got him. You got him. He's not Tio's not the best mentally straight fighter. No. You can see he doesn't even take a loss good. He doesn't even know how to lose well. So you can tell he doesn't. So you can, if you want to get to Tio and get him out of his game, get to him mentally first. You got half the fight won right there.
So would you agree that overall Teal's biggest fight was probably the Cambosis fight of his whole career, where he's having to defend his belt in front of a crowd?
Yeah, it's Cria. Pride, yeah. Cria is pride.
Well, his biggest fight in his career was probably the Loma when he unified.
Mhm.
That's probably the biggest moment in his career. Losing the belts wouldn't be his biggest moment or his biggest opponent. Lomachenko knocked out George Kamboza, and George Kamboza went the distance with Tio.
Yeah, the thing I was getting at, that people keep saying that Teo steps up in these big fights, but like when he was put in front of the crowd in his biggest fight as a champion, he didn't show up. Like,
Here's how I see it. Teal gets frustrated easy, and
Jermaine Ortiz fucked with his head too in the ring. You could
frustrated the
see that
fuck out of him.
frustrated the fuck out of him. That I'm telling you, that's
And
one of Tio's weaknesses.
that's what Shakur is gonna do. Shakur is gonna frustrate Teal for 12 straight rounds. And
Maybe
if this is a big if Teal's stupid enough to come in and get caught while he's coming in from Shakur will drop him at least once in the fight. And it's vice versa. If Shakur gets lazy on his defense, which I know he's not,
yeah,
but if
these
he
guys are
gets
pros though. I don't think that's gonna happen.
and Teal catches him, he might drop Shakur.
That would be a big if and a big maybe, and I
Well,
don't think
yeah,
that.
I know that,
Yeah, I
but it
mean,
happens. It happens.
yeah.
And Teal with his frustration because it happened with George Kambosos. George got in Teal's head big time. And what happened? He got caught coming in. It was a flash knockdown. It wasn't nothing that hurt him for real. But that's what I see Shakur doing to Teal. He's gonna frustrate him. He's gonna catch him coming in with a flash knockdown.
Tio is mentally weak. He gets it from his stupid dad. Kick out
Yeah,
Mick.
that's
Why you
because
so,
want
of
me
the
to kick out my
family.
boy Mick? Shut up.
The
so
tree
one
don't
one
fall
thing that
far away
Teo does have,
from the.
Yeah.
sorry, one thing Teo does have is, see when he's throwing combinations and going forward, he has that unorthodox kind of a step. It's not like a Loma step. It's just bad footwork, but
You
it
know
creates
what?
an angle.
You know what Tio's good at, right? Like, Shakur Stevenson's real good in the pull counter. He steps in front of the guy, right? And he hits him, snap, pop. What he does is he steps back with his back foot, right? And then leans, right? It gives the impression that he's a bit further away, right? When the guy comes to come in, he snaps, pulls, the punch comes here, he goes right over the top. He's really good at that. Now, what Tio is good at, you know how when Tio starts to go like this and he slaps the jab out? Tio covers a lot of distance when if he sees that you rock forward, you're going to need to back out far from Tio. Tio's the kind of fighter that if you go straight back on him, he's going to hurt you. He's going to clip you. Tio can cover a lot of space in a short time, in a short thing. But like I said, Shakur's a better mover. And he can roll with punches. He can set Tio into traps. Tio's gonna think he sees something, go forward. Shakur's gonna hit him with the shoulder roll, uppercut, check, boom, boom. He's gonna bait Tio in. And Tio's a good back foot fighter when he's getting pressure. but you could see Shakur fights better off of his opponent, off rhythm. So it's not like Shakur is constantly. But in the William Cepeda fight, it was different. He just fought. I don't think he's gonna fight Tio like he fought William Cepeda. No. So this is what I'm anxious to see. What's the game plan? What's the game plan? You know what I'm saying? So, what's up, my man? He got the Teofimo Lopez logo on. Who are you going
Yeah,
for in the fight?
yeah. Well. My official prediction is 6-6, and I think Tio gets a knockdown against Shakur.
Really? Okay.
I'll bet the draw, and I'll tell you why. I think the swing rounds are going to go in the favor of Teofimo Lopez.
Because he's
I
a
think that
champion?
because he's pressing the action, and Shakur's going to be on the back foot, and I'm not, and that's with all respect.
Right.
And Turkey has this precedent right now that he's stating in the public. I don't like Tom and Jerry fighters. And is
Right.
he the promoter? Is he putting this fight on?
Of course
Um,
he do.
yeah.
Technically, the promoter's Matchroom, who's Shakur's promoter.
But he got them leading, but it's one of his fights. Like,
Yeah,
because
but
doesn't
it's
he own 33% of fucking the
I
zone or some
Is
shit?
the
he,
ring
he
card.
doesn't.
So
Eddie's got a
so
deal for match with Matchroom to do Riyadh season events for
And then
all kinds of things. Yeah,
Yeah, and then
it,
Teofimo Lopez is his boy toy, right? Because he's got the ringside magazines belts
yup.
that he owns.
yeah. No,
so
Tio has everything to gain. Shakur has more to lose. He's the favorite, right?
Yep.
People think that he's going to wash Teofimo, which is absolutely absurd because they've been boxing at the highest level since they were both kids and amateurs. So for
Mm-hmm.
people to say that they're going to 12-0 or 10-0 is ridiculous. You're thinking that it's not going to be competitive at all. And
like
and I
Yeah.
think it is going to be. I think it's going to be so competitive
Yep.
um, that it's going to go in the favor. The swing rounds are going to go in the favor of Tio because he's pressing the action,
Yep.
and he might have the biggest hit of the night, like the strongest landed punch. They both don't get hit clean.
Right.
Um, I'm hoping it turns out to be a Beterbiev versus Bivol type of technical
Wow.
battle.
Wow.
I'm not saying that it's going to be at the level of like the drama in the ring is going to be that high. I'm saying
Right.
technical. If you're a
Okay.
boxing nerd,
Yeah.
you're going to
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
to see all the intricacies, the foot
Mm-hmm.
placement, the squaring up,
Right. Right.
all that.
Right. Right.
though you do say that as the as if Tio is a ring champion, it is a Turkey card. But some of the things that Tio says in press conferences does not go
Don't go
down
by that,
well.
Mick. Yeah, but don't go
Doesn't
by
go
that,
down
Mac.
well in doesn't go down well
Mick.
in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, Mick. I look, Mick. I know that Tio has said a lot of distasteful thing. He's not the most funniest guy in the room. He strikes me as the guy that wants to be funny, but everything comes out wrong. Tio he's a boxer for God's sakes. He's not a
Yeah.
comedian. So
Mm.
what I got to say that don't mind the antics because it might blind you to the fact of the fighter he truly is. You see what I'm saying? And Tio is a strong fighter. And I have to respect boxing for what it's taught me. When the smaller guy is coming up, typically the guy that's bigger, you give him the slighter edge. Now, in another regards, what this gentleman right here is talking about is what we call championship credit. When the fight is too close, right? They're awarded to the champion because they give him what we call the champion nod. If you didn't do enough to beat the champion, you're not going to walk out with the belt. Same thing happened with Vasily versus Devin Haney. When they called Devin Haney the winner, I wasn't mad. You really didn't do enough to beat the champion.
I
You
disagree.
got you got to beat him definitively because in Loma's case, you didn't fight for one belt, you fought for four. You definitely got to beat him good. You can't beat a guy with four belts on a razor thin decision. They're going to give it to the champion. So
Like
just imagine one belt. They're looking that way, but you saw Liam Paro take Matias' belt in Puerto Rico in a 12-round close decision. And Matias was the champion. They didn't give him the champion's nod because apparently the judges felt like he won more of the rounds. It
That's what you
wasn't,
have to do.
you
Win
see,
7 rounds
but Loma's fight, it was
as
like,
an odd time.
yeah, it was like 7-5. It could have been 7-5 either way, and you're not gonna take 4 belts off guys on a in a close. No, you got to beat him. So I can see that with Tio, but I'm expecting that Shakur's output is higher. Let's see how much he lands, in the percentage wise, because we all know how they're starting to score these fight gentlemen. They're not scoring it points landed. Meaning, if you land, I can jab you 20 times. Pa, pa, pa. I landed 20 jabs. And if you punch me one time that stagger me, that's going to say that your punch had more effect on me. You understand? So, in that sense, they're going to award me the round if all I land was 20 jabs versus your punch that staggered me. And if the rounds are close and they can't tell by effective punching whose front punches were the cleanest, who punches were effective, if the action is too good, they go to forward aggression. It's the next criteria for judging a boxing match. So, you know, Saudi and having his influences, I know that the judges are a separate entity. Yes, they're a separate organization that you call and you schedule judges. They send you them. But money can do a lot of things. And I'm not blind, right? He's going to not say that he's going to buy the judges because he doesn't need to do that. Not when you're betting against yourself. It's not like Turkey's putting up the event and he's gambling against Golden Boy or Top Rank. No, he's betting, he controls all the pieces. He doesn't have to throw a fight or make a guy win to make him look better. The best course for Turkey Ali, allow nature to take its course. You'll win. So what Turkey has to do is just get judges that don't like Tom and Jerry, that they're known for stopping the guys in the ring and going, hey, heat up the action or I'm going to stop this fight. Judges that have history of allowing fights to continue. That's all you need. You get a list of those judges, and Turkey might have the influence to get them. But you really don't got to buy them in the sense that you need a judge in your back pocket if you're Turkey.
We've got to remember as well when the commission assign judges that fighters can object to them, eh?
Bet on the draw with Tio and Shakur. You guys really, I've heard that more than once, huh?
Like
More than one
fight
guy said bet on the draw against Tio and Shakur.
if the
Wow.
fight if the fighter's not happy with the judges or the ref, then they
No
can
draw. It's not good
reject
for
them, eh?
both. Hey, we don't want to draw, and it's not good. Listen, can you consider Lamont Roach winning any of his last 2 fights? He's coming off back-to-back draws. What did that do for your career? That means that you took the time, did 2 training camps for 2 fights with no results. You didn't lose, but you didn't win. So your record, your boxing record, went nowhere. You might have made money, lined your pockets up, and in some case dodged a bullet, I guess, or was cheated out of one. Okay? However you look at it, some people think Esau Pitbull Cruz won. Some people think he won. Some people think he won the Tank fight, etc. But back-to-back draws, bro, you're supposed to be increasing your boxing record, your legacy. These fights are supposed to mean something. It's like you did nothing for your boxing record. And is it a waste of time? Does draws hurt your career? Is that what we really want to see? A fucking draw? Hell no. But conspiracy theorists alike, people are always going to think of ways on gambling. Since I don't gamble, I never have to worry about sleeping at night or thinking about a draw or nothing. I can just appreciate a great fight. I'm just gonna sit here and watch it. But that draw shit is very interesting. Very interesting. Very seldom do I ever look at a fight and say, yeah, that's going to be a draw. I can't, I know I've said it before, but that really doesn't happen a lot. And the possibility of this fight being a draw, Tio walks away with his belt, Shakur goes back down, and like nothing happened and they cash in on a payday. Wow. You got me thinking now. Nobody's careers really hurt. You got these two guys to enter the ring. They fought each other to go down on their resume. Not at a win or a loss, but at least we competed against each other. They made some money and they walk off, and everything's the same. Crazy, but
As long as it didn't rob anybody,
yeah, I hope
then
not.
I didn't really care who wins at the two. But long as somebody isn't robbed out a decision, out a win, because that is the worst part of our sport.
Well, what do they have to have him as an American? Come on, right? Let me see before I say this. Let me double check because you never know with these fighters. Okay, Tio's an American fighter. He got the American flag. I knew it. He was born here, right? Okay, so in the Teofimo Lopez fight versus Shakur Stevenson, I got the American.
Who's Shakur?
Both of them are American. Whoever wins, I got the American.
Oh my god.
You know what I mean? So they both represented. So it's gonna be a great night for boxing. But I really think that the fight that can steal the card is that Jermaine Ortiz fight. I think that Jermaine Ortiz versus Keyshawn Davis is going to answer a lot of questions, especially for Keyshawn Davis and his fans that are eager to see his return. I think the last time he fought was June, July. Well, when was it? And then Keyshawn lost his belt on the scale, and Abdullah Mason fought Sam Notes in a great match for the belt, and Keyshawn was victorious. So, yeah. Absolutely. I'm going to jump back into the chat. So, where are you,
Who's that?
Matt? I don't know. Somebody keeps popping in.
Oh, that was Mick. Mick said that. I'm going to jump back in the chat. Got some
Okay,
work
okay,
to
yeah,
do, bro.
that's
Thanks
Mick.
for having
Okay,
me.
okay, yes. All right, Mick. Have a good one, brother. Absolutely. So, nasty work, Edwin. What's nasty work? What happened? What's nasty work?
It's the Teal fanatics. You know why they hate Shakur so much? Because Shakur claimed that his father was Puerto Rican.
Shakur
So
giving Tio too much praise? No, no. That is the right thing to do, Shakur. Keep doing it. Do not let people like this tell you that because they don't see what's going on yet. But Round One Sports Talk is about to hit them and they're about to find out what you're doing. Look at Shakur Stevenson's mentors. Who's around him? Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, Andrew Ward, right? Where did these guys learn the blueprint to give their opponents credit? Floyd Mayweather. Every fighter Floyd Mayweather fought, he praised them. He gave them all credit. Then when he got into the fight, he talked his shit about them. After the fight, after he beats him, what did Floyd do? He's a great fighter. He'll be champion one day. Ba ba ba. Floyd never disrespect the guy after fighting him. The only time Floyd talked shit about a fighter was during the press conference when everything kicks off. Floyd Mayweather insisted on giving all his opponents praise. Why? Because when he beat him, you can't say he was a tomato can. If you hear Floyd give the guy credit, it'll make you think that the guy is good. And then Floyd say he was good, and then Floyd beat him. Learn how to respect and value your opponent. Treat him as such. If you yourself say he's garbage, he's no good, and you beat him, they're just going to rewind your interview. You yourself said he was garbage, he was no good. You yourself, the fighter. So how you want us to give us credit when you were saying he wasn't shit? Floyd is the one that came up with that shit. What Shakur Stevenson doing right now? Giving Teofimo Lopez all the credit. So when he beats Tio, you got to give me credit for beating that guy. That's you solidifying your next win. Making sure that the boxing public gives you credit for your work. How many times after he beats the guy, that guy wasn't shit. But leading into the fight, he was up. He's going to beat him. But as soon as he beats him, yo, you know what? That guy wasn't shit. What's Shakur Stevenson doing? Reminding the world that Teofimo Lopez is a live dog. And I want you guys to remember it. I want you guys to argue back and forth over each other. Because when the time comes and he beats Teofimo Lopez, yo, you're going to have to give the man his credit. Smart man, Shakur Stevenson. You're getting mature in this sport. You're starting to realize that this sport, boxing, is a business disguised as a sport. And there's an entertainment part to boxing. Shakur Stevenson, you're learning. You're learning. I'm taking notes. I'm kind of impressed. People are taken back by it. But I know what you're doing. You want full credit on that night when you beat Teofimo Lopez. I see you.
You know what other hate for Shakur started coming in? When he said that his father was Puerto Rican. That's
Yeah.
where all the Shakur hate started happening, because he said he was Puerto Rican.
Yeah. Well,
Nah,
it happens a little bit,
nah.
and I'm not gonna go into the racist thing, so let's just
No,
leave
I
that
think it
alone.
was more of De Los Santos, the haters
I
clinching
think the
that
De
De
Los
Los
Santos fight
Santos.
had to do a lot with it. Yes, that
They
too, my
curse, and
man.
then the other people saw how Haney was boxing and stuff, so they trying to, and I see them very different style, like Shakur and Haney have way different style. But let's see. I hope and I pray this is gonna be excitement night. That Shakur and Teofimo gonna give us what we pay for, like Ortiz and Keishon and all the guys, Shushu and Castro, all the guys in that core. They're gonna give good excitement because I know New York 2 3 weeks ago have Subir Mati and that core, and that was excitement. So these people are ready for more. They want more. So, and if they are paying more money, I'm thinking they are expecting more.
Kai, when I say claim, I don't mean claim like he's claiming. I'm saying when he claimed his dad, like when he found out his dad is Puerto Rican, or was Puerto Rican because he passed
Yeah,
away.
or top rank
Yeah, but
wanna
That's
use
remember,
that and
remember
bring
that's
the
not
flag
Shakur's
out.
fault. That's not Shakur's fault. He met
right,
his dad late, and his dad died like what, a
right.
year or two later. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know what
and
I'm
he took
saying?
that
It was
flag
so
out.
So
fast. The relation. He met his dad. Oh shit, you're Puerto Rican. My mom told me who you were. Then he passed away. He
Uh-huh.
didn't have a lot of time. He wasn't raised like that. So,
And
and
it's
then
all
the people
right.
want to take it, but I don't want to give a history lesson about
No,
Puerto
some
Rican
people want to
race
say,
or
they
anything.
wanna
Look,
use
the
it like,
bottom line is this: the man gets the right to say what the fuck he wants to say. If he wants to go and say he Puerto Rican, he got one or two drops, that's on him. You know what I mean? Like, he can listen, um, criticize him if you want. But let me tell you something, right? If you find out your mother was something, Irish or some shit or whatever, and you never knew that about your mom, and you find her birth certificate one day and it says some shit on it, and it's in black and white, can you say you're that too? Or do you have the right to say that? Do you keep it a secret or do you announce it?
no,
You
he
know what
did the
I'm
right
saying?
thing. He did the right
And
thing.
and and
You,
and, and look, I'm not gonna. Who am I to tell a person what they feel they are inside? We've already gone this with other people. Like, what's wrong with Shakur? So I don't even think this is a thing for conversation, whether or not he's Puerto Rican. I could care less. My brother Tia, Shakur Stevenson, from me to you, whatever you decide to do in life, it is what it is. One thing I cannot ever take away from you, you got 3 or 4 drops of Puerto Rican blood. It is what it is. It is what it is, bro. And I don't think that that should be something in the fight. He's gonna whoop Tio's ass regardless of his nationality, his race. He's gonna whoop it. He's gonna try to knock his head off, and Tio's gonna try to do the same thing. And that's why I like this fight,
I'll
because
tell
I
you what.
honestly believe Tio's not gonna hand that belt over to Shakur. I don't believe that. I think he's gonna fight him tooth and nail. You know why? Because Tio's been there. He was there with um not Claggett, but what's his name?
Sandro
Uh
Martin.
Sandal Martin. He was there. Yo, he was about to lose that fight. He was about to lose that fight. And Tio felt everything almost slip away from him. He knows what he did. He felt it slip away in the George Camboza fight. He lost 3 belts on that night. So he knows how to lose it. He's been in close fights. And that's experience you can't buy. One thing in life money can't buy is experience. And I truly believe Tio's coming in this fight to make a statement. And I truly believe Shakur Stevenson's coming to make a statement. Listen, I think Shakur got the better wave coming into the fight. Meaning their last 2 fights, Shakur had the better performance. And in that fight, there was a little drama where Shakur got staggered. It added to the fight. He can be hurt. See? But he's still nice as fuck, boy. Right? So, okay. Now, Oddsmaker says, if William Cepeda staggered him, what do you think Teal's going to do? And the shit starts rolling. You feel me? And it makes it real interesting for a fight, I'm trying to tell you. So, yes, I think we got our fight on our hands, if you ask me. Yeah, there's a possibility it could be boring. I don't think so. I think both these fighters have matured as fighters in their career. They both have suffered their unique individual episodes in their careers. These are not fighters that never experienced this and then went out there and gave an egg. No, you got 2 guys that have been criticized before because of performances. You got 2 guys that know how to become world champions. You got 2 guys that know when their backs against the wall, they come out with a hell of a performance. You got the same 2 guys now fighting each other. Let's fucking go. Let's go, Tio and Shakur. You guys, the both of you, Shakur, you had to remind the world about William Cepeda. You had to remind the world who you were. And you went in there and you beat William Cepeda in his fight, at his fight. You didn't go in there and was being Shakur. No, you beat William Cepeda in the pocket, which speaks to your creativity, your adjustments. You can adapt. You can change your style. I've never seen Tio do any of those things. Every single time I saw Tio, it was the same Tio. But that's not a bad thing. That is not a bad thing. Because, yes, you can have one style and be successful. Errol Spence Jr. Okay? It just means that Tio is mastering Teofimo Lopez's style. Every time you see him, you see a slightly better version of Tio. But I got to admit, it is the same Tio. He knows, you know what, really, Tio's real talented. He's got talent. He's got talent. Tio can go in his bag with punches, flossing on you, but that's when he's comfortable. When Tio's not comfortable, he's not doing all this like that. You know what I mean? Now Tio's in a fight. He didn't do any of that shit in Loma. He was focused. Tio was like, I'm going to fight you. And he was punching when he was punching, and he was going to fight him. And That's why I really think that both fighters at this level bring some their unique attributes to this fight. Tio obviously brings the strength. The power hasn't showed up in recent fights, but I think he's going to be strong in this fight. He brings flair, creativity.
Swagger.
He brings swagger. Shakur brings skills, ring IQ, footwork, good fundamentals, good defense, but it can he can be touched up. Every fighter can because you are in a fight. The other guy is throwing punches, right? Okay. So anything can happen. And at this level in the game, both these guys bring their unique traits. What do you think about this fight? You hop back on. You've
Yeah.
been thinking about something to say. Let me hear what you got to say.
Yo, what's up? What's
What
up,
up?
round
What up?
one and panel? Bro, I am I'm hoping Tio knocks him out, but I'm just because I want everybody to stop thinking that someone at this caliber will get washed. There's no way
Right.
he's gonna get 10-2'd. You know, like this is the finals of a USA amateur boxing national title. But we're
Hmm.
seeing it, we're seeing it 15 years down the line, you know. That's why I'm super excited. And
Hmm.
everyone's saying that Stevenson is gonna win. 10-2. I mean, he is the favorite, the 3-1 favorite. But you guys are underestimating Tio and everything that he can do. I listened to a piece that he did recently. He said, the reason why I'm not putting myself out there in the socials is because nothing else matters if I don't win. I don't care if you guys miss me, so long uh I get this win,
Mm.
you know? And I think that was powerful. I think that he's a hungry ass fucking dog right now, and he's being underestimated. 6-6 is that's my final prediction.
Yeah, a draw.
That's
You're gonna
good.
go with the 6-6, huh?
And I
Draw.
know it's an easy out, but I think that Tio is
Yeah.
going to win those close rounds.
He could win a
It's
split
Tio then.
decision. He could maybe squeeze out a split decision then.
Yeah. The draw, I don't see a draw.
And listen. That's it's crazy to think, but they happen. Draws happen in
L-
boxing now,
Lam-
don't
Lam-
they?
Lamont
Don't they,
Roach
guys?
and Pitbull.
Yeah, and Lamont Roach and Tank.
Hey,
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
no, they happen,
it
but
happens. It happens. It
I don't
happens.
know.
So look. What he's saying is that he believes that the fight is going to be much closer than what people is saying. The
it
odds
is,
maker are saying that, like, and a lot of people all over the YouTube streets, I've heard it myself. These guys think that he's going to wash Tio.
bro.
Like it's going to be like a fucking what
Josh Padley type of
yeah, like
fight.
something like that. Yeah, to sum it up, a draw is trash. Takeover Thursday said
Well,
it
look at
is
what Kai
trash.
says. Kai says facts, but my issue with Tio are the unseen important keys. His mind, his heart, his chin. Those can't be honed by talent. Shakur mid-round stoppage.
I think because we are so in the boxing trenches, we talk about the mental health and all of that. A fight is a fight is a fight. The
Right,
motherfucker is gonna pull up January 31st, and we're gonna see his balls hang out in the ring. If he's got it, then he can beat Shakur.
right.
You know,
Yeah,
I look at it different. I'm not counting Tio out, but I think Shakur's style of fighting is gonna frustrate Tio for 12 rounds. And I see Tio exposing himself. Like Kai said, I don't think he'll knock him out, but I think he can score a flash knockdown. And I can see Shakur edging it out.
Shakur ain't gonna wash Teal, says Jason. Yo, Bang Boogie, what you saying? A draw goes to
To
Shakur.
Shakur, Turkey didn't
Turkey
forget
doesn't
that
forget
stuff
him.
Tio said about his religion.
Ah, ah, Boogie. Ooh, that's interesting. That is interesting.
Well, we know it's gonna be a fight because Turkey said he's not paying for no Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, it's probably in the
So
contract too.
yeah, so
You
it,
Tom and
if
Jerry, no pay.
I mean, you got to think about this. Cepeda is a volume puncher. What's Tio's average punch per round? I want to say no more than 50, 60, somewhere on there.
Yeah, but Tio fights to the level of his competition. If you
Right?
throw
No, no,
more
no, no.
punches, he throws more punches with you.
Right, but
Yeah. How do
Shakur's
you
not
punch some?
Shakur's not
How
a
do you
volume puncher.
how do you
Yeah,
punch someone that's going away from you like Jermaine Ortiz or Sandor Martin? You're punching air. You can't.
yeah. They got to engage a little too, but
Okay, so speaking of Sandor Martin, you saw how Sandor Martin knocked him down like 3 times in the fight, but they only counted one.
they only counted one though. Yeah,
Right. They claimed that the other ones were slips, but you can tell Teal wasn't hurt. Same way Cambosos dropped him. He
yeah.
wasn't
But
hurt.
at
It's
times
just a
in the fight,
flash.
hold on, whoa. Are you meaning Tio wasn't hurt in a sense that it's physical because his pride was hurt in
His
that
pride
fight?
was definitely
Oh, his
smashed.
pride was hurt. All right, because Sand he looked confused. He had to like will himself back in the fight. Tio, I remember that fight. Sandor Martin was winning that fight at one point in the fight, bro.
Yes.
He was up on the scorecards, and Tio had to like convince himself, like bring himself. Wait a minute, you're Tio, bro. You're Teofimo Lopez. You're Tio. Yes, I'm Tio. Like that type shit. Because maybe he might not have been physically hurt, but like I said, bro, and I've been saying it, you can get to Tio here, up here, in the mental. Tio's gotta like, he's gotta come, he's gotta shake shit off. And but you know what? That Sandor Martin fight, all these fights, and that George Camboza lost. Hopefully, he's grown from that. He's learned. He's got mentally stronger. But I still think Tio is worst. His attribute is his mindset, and I always felt like you can get to him. Now, Shakur Stevenson, he's a remarkable talent. It's hard to like
Oh,
compare Shakur
sorry,
sometimes
round one.
because
I'm gonna.
you think that like there's a Superman, but no. What's up, brother? Go ahead.
Uh, when you say his worst attribute is his mental, I'll have to disagree. I think that you're looking at it as in because Tio is better than Sandor Martin, he should win decisively. Different styles make matchups,
Hmm.
and not every win is gonna you're gonna squeak out like Shakur. Shakur is really good at making it win look decisive and no questions asked on that back
Right.
foot. It doesn't matter if the entire arena in his hometown walks out in the sixth
Hmm.
round.
Hmm.
He's gonna do his thing,
Mm.
but Tio is gonna be looking for that fight. And sometimes the matchup just doesn't look as pretty, but it's a dub at the end of the day.
What you're speaking of is the skill fighter, the skill, and how the difficult level to fighting different styles
Yeah,
and the different timings. That's just based off skill. What I'm talking about, I'm saying is mental. It's like Tio couldn't get out of his head in the George Camboza fight. And I'll tell you this right now. If you put Teofimo Lopez in the ring with George Camboza 10 times, Tio
yeah,
beats him 9 times. George beats him that one time. And it was because of his mental lapse. It wasn't because of Tio's skill. I don't question Tio's skill or his heart as a warrior. I think
yeah,
he'll fight you to the end. Yes. But where you can get to Tio is like mental situations. Like if you like Keyshawn Davis brought up the situation with his dad and the smack and this and that on the podium, and you can see how Teal didn't respond well. Is because he has mental lapses, and also one thing that Teal is sometimes he can be a bit of like how do you say absent minded. You're talking to Teal and the moment doesn't register. He's the type of guy that walks away, goes, wait a minute, and it finally hit him. You see, like I'm not saying he's dumb. He's not. He's sharp. He's smart. But there's just parts of people's personalities that you can pick up on. And I'm telling you, Teal's the type of dude that he sometimes I bet he leaves arguments saying, I could have said this, I could have said that. He's not the type of dude that he'll catch some things. He'll catch some things, yes, right then and there. He'll catch it, right? But he's never been a talker. He's a boxer. He's a fucking boxer. So that's what I mean when I first said, don't be confused by the things Tio says, by his antics, and veer you away from the fighter he truly is. He's a problem, but there's levels to this. There's levels. And Shakur Stevenson is obviously on a better level because of Teal never really had that world class, like real coach. He worked with Freddie Roach. He worked with other fighters, other coaches. But you got to remember where Shakur's coming from. Shakur Stevenson is a spoiled fighter. He's been around Floyd Mayweather, Roger Mayweather. He's been Andre Ward, Terrence Crawford.
But he's never faced a Loma. He's never faced that
I
number
know that.
one
I
or
know that. But okay, just because he's never faced a Loma doesn't mean he hasn't been preparing his whole life for this moment.
no. But what it does mean is you haven't seen him act in front of somebody elite.
Well, yeah, he's getting the moment now.
Yeah, and I think this is all going to prove a bunch of people wrong.
Remember when young Tio fought Loma and everybody was like, who the fuck is Tio? He only won one belt. He knocked out Coleman, right? But he was good at 130, like, right there. But a decent anyway, not like the best anyway. He was making a name for himself and doing backflips, but he was still a kid. But when he fought Loma, Tio showed the world, I worked my whole life for this moment. Just give me the opportunity. I'm going to show you. Now, Shakur Stevenson, not a lot of boxers get the opportunities he got as a young man, experiencing the Olympics, medaling in the Olympics, being around all these guys that,
Crawford, Ward, Mayweather.
yeah, that passed on everything to him. And Tio got his dad and his backpack and shuffles around gyms. Now, I'm not saying that you can't learn things like that. Yeah, you can. Boxing's boxing. And you learn, every student is not the same. Some absorb things faster. But I can see where Teal, what's gotten him and sustained him through his career is talent. He's a very talented fighter. But if you had God given talent and you had real high class, world class training, you would be very dangerous. That's the difference between Chio and Shakur.
Or maybe
That
he would have quit. Or maybe he would have quit boxing at 16 years old.
who would have?
Anybody would. So it's just like to your point. You're saying if he has better coaching, he would be better. Tio.
Well, yeah, well, he would be more versed in
But what if it?
situations in
But what
boxing.
what if he got a hard nosed coach in his grill, and at 16 years old he decided to bang chicks instead of continue boxing because he liked it
Right,
with his dad.
right. I understand that too. I get it. But I think that being with one guy is important too. You build a bond, a relationship. I think the dad and son thing is a very special thing in boxing, and I'm all for it. But it's kind of, I got to admit, it's kind of tough taking off the dad hat and the coach hat, and Brian Norman Sr. Watching his son come back to the corner all with his face bloody, and all he can say was, "Give me a towel. You need to bust this dude's ass." Because as a dad, watching George Camboza knock down your son, the father was in shock and he couldn't utter out the right instructions to Tio in the moment
Hmm.
because he was felt a little some way. So sometimes I don't know if it was better just to get a coach that was not your father, where that, you can just build and then work with one for a very long time. But, I never seen Tio Sr. coach another world champion or replicate the success he had with his son. Is it just because his son is very talented that you're successful, or can you replicate that? you know so as far as him as a coach, I didn't you know but I'm not blind. I studied Tio. I've seen him in the gym with Freddie Roach. I saw him in Saul Canelo Alvarez's camp for a little while. I've
Do you
seen
see
him
him sparring? You see him spar Rigondeaux when he was like 17, 18 years old?
yeah, no. Tio is a well versed. He came up pretty good. Shouts out to Tio Lopez Sr. for being a father and being there for his son.
They've been toxic.
And hey, listen, it's toxic, but it's all a gimmick because Tio's dad is doing the right thing. Whether you like, dislike, or hate him, views are views. Attention is attention. And some of his antics, shit, it got Tio some of the fights. Cause now they wanted to bust his face open, right? So it's working.
Mm,
You get it? So
no.
well, it's like look, it's like Devin Haney and his father. Devin Haney's the fighter, and the dad is kind of like the slash promotion slash stage guy, where that he's like the hype man. He goes out there, hypes up the fight, talks all the shit. Devin Haney comes in, does the work. So Tio Sr., Brian Norman Jr. Sr., the Floyd Schofields, Naoya Inoue, those are all father and sons, and they each carry themselves in unique different ways. You know, the Schofields, they're his son, and he's out more into the media. But
Yeah.
Devin Haney's not in front of the camera as much as his father is. So his father goes out there and he says off the wall shit. Why? It's not about what he says, it's how to keep his son's name irrelevant. If you're arguing with his dad, you're arguing with Senior, which reminds you about Junior. Junior don't got no fight schedule. Senior's on social media saying all kinds of crazy shit. But who's he getting you to remember and think of? Out of
If
sight, out of mind.
if the shares was filled up, there was the at least 700,000 pay-per-view sales. I will buy that. But when
But
the stadiums are empty and it's not even 200K of pay-per-view sales, I cannot buy that because they're not doing nothing good for them. They
okay.
got them chained up to the Turkey and budgets and stuff. Like no,
Hmm.
it's not working like they wish to be working. Like it's not like a Mayweather senior, Mayweather son. It's not a Trinidad and Trinidad senior. It's not a Sab Judah team. You know, like Schofield, is people are making fun of his son thanks to his father. The Haney people actually, and Haney have said nothing. I cannot hate Devin, right? But his father has said so many stuff that people don't want to f up with them. The Tio father senior, he been, oh my god, another drunk as yes, he have got his son, but people don't want to mess with them. Like no camp, no gym want to mess with the Teofimos. Maybe a couple weeks here and there, but that's it. Like these fathers, I think sometimes they need to do like the Raoya father did and sit back in the crowd and let the professionals do their thing. Yeah, promote your son, but look, Ryan Garcia's father. He promote his son, but he's a little bit more bad. It's I don't know. I don't buy like sometimes work, but how these guys are doing it for me it's not working. For me, it's pushing me away. That's my take.
Mm. Well. See, the thing is this, right? You got to remember where you're getting your boxing news from, and who's putting out these stories. As far as Devin Haney not being a draw, the seats being empty at some of his fights, that's the UK Ed Hearn and them dudes doing this, like at that Regis Progress fight, right? Where I don't think it was completely sold out. But you gotta admit that Ryan Garcia fight and Devin Haney sold out. It was packed. Ryan Garcia had a
No, that was
diamond.
empty. That was like not even 2,000 people. That was a disaster. They have
Well,
to give away ticket to famous boxers to make it these little shots here and there. But
I
that
guess
was
they
a
filled up
disaster.
the front of the fucking
Yeah, the
stadium or
front and
whatever.
stuff so the camera
Yeah.
shot can make it up, but that was a disaster.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. These dads need to pull out and let professionals do the thing and their sons be boxer. Fuck it. They're gonna win,
but
they're gonna lose. But
I tell you what, right? Out of all the fighters that Turkey signed, out of all the fighters that Turkey signed and he pays, right? He's paid like heavyweight champions like 80, 60, whatever, right? but he only locked them in by fight basis. He was able to lock in Devin Haney for a 3 fight deal. And I think Devin was getting something like $11 million per fight. So, when you look at it that way, whether
Yeah,
or not he's probably one of the highest paid
yeah.
among them young men. Because
But
I don't think Teofimo Lopez is making that kind of money. Well,
no,
now
no,
I
with
think he's
Turkey,
reported to
no.
make 9. I think Teo's supposed to be making 9 with
They say
Shakur
that,
and
you know,
Shakur 9, right?
Turkey money and stuff.
That's
That's
what
what
they're
they
saying.
say. So, and
But
Turkey is
Devin
paying.
definitely did.
So,
Definitely put himself in a position. I think the fight deal with Turkey was something like 33 million through 3 fights or some shit like that. I forgot what it was. So he definitely put himself in a situation where he can cash in on his success, because this part of this is called paid um prize fighting, right? Where
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
we're
yeah,
not
yeah.
fighting for peanuts. So
No,
Devin
they,
is making his next, that fight deal was roughly 11 million. So that's pretty fucking decent if you
but
ask
I don't
me.
know if it's 11 for 3 fights or 11 per fight.
It's 11 per fight. It's like the deal was for like
Okay.
33, 34 million. And that's $11 million for 3 fights.
Yeah, that's in on the promoter if he can get his money back, because
I
making
don't know
fights
how the
in
contract's worded.
Turkey,
I can't say that.
me
I don't
neither.
know. I'm not sure. The way Bill Haney made it sound, that money was guaranteed. I can't stamp that. I
Me,
can't stamp that.
me
But
either.
because boxers say a lot of shit. I remember when Tank Davis came out and said, I signed the contract with Prime for 260 million. I'm making way more money than Mayweather made in his career at
You're
this
like,
point
what?
in his career. And I did a 6 fight deal with Prime. And and this came out of his
Yeah.
mouth. And did we ever see a Prime deal?
No.
Did he ever get 33, 36 million per fight like he was
Eh,
claiming? Come
no.
on, bro. Fighters and people say crazy
If you
shit.
sell out the building and you sell tickets, yes, you can make money and more pay-per-views and stuff because that's how Mayweather did it. Like he sold more pay-per-views than actually the tickets, so you get more revenues, and how you contrast say like, oh, I'm getting 20% of the revenue of the pay-per-view or 15 or 10. I don't know. Each boxer make their deal with their promoter. But when when I don't see like cheers or ticket sale, like Tank at least he got good views and pay-per-view sales and stuff. I saw one was
Bill
half a
never did
million.
what Fresh Promotion did. No, he didn't.
No, no,
Bill
yeah, because they
Bill
can may not to come out.
Bill wanted to do that. And if Devin Haney had a real promotional company like DHP Promotion, once upon a time, Devin Haney lost a fight to a kid named Ryan Garcia.
Yep.
And in that process, he was put the champion in recess because they put him to fight Sandal Martin, the mandatory to Devin Haney's belt. Devin Haney didn't want to fight Sandal Martin because he
Yep.
wanted to rematch Ryan so bad. So what happened? Nobody wanted a bid on the Devin Haney fight. And only
Mm-mm.
one boxing promoter came out and bought the fight for like $1.7 million.
Bob Arum.
He bought the fight, correct. He bought the fight, right? If that pissed Devin Haney off so much, but when Devin Haney found out that the fight went up for purse bid, why didn't DHP, Devin Haney promoting, come and buy the fight
Right?
for 1.7? He had the right to buy it. Any promoter could have bought his fight, which his dad got the license. Why didn't
They
he buy
say.
the fight? You know why? Because they would have found out when Fresh Production found out that this is a lot more than just buying the purse. You gotta have some money and some backing. You
Yeah.
got to know
Now,
what you're doing.
but Fresh have their backing and their money.
Yes, but a lot of things went off hits. A lot of things could go wrong. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
I don't
But
think that DHP thought that they can pull the night off. This promoting shit is not easy.
no, like mira, Fresh Production, like people forget, they have like three pay-per-view early to
Boots
this
had
one,
what?
Fresh
What? Go ahead.
Production, because they have Indios versus Azteca, that was a pay-per-view. Uh the other one after that, that was another pay-per-view that they did it in Puerto Rico. So he was learning, because remember the one that was Liam Paro and Subriel, that was under the zone, and he had to go through that budget under camera team and stuff. A lot of stuff don't went right. So he went to pay-per-view. So he have done pay-per-view before.
Yeah, but hold up, my man. To Kai, right? Jerron Boots Ennis signed with his first promoter. That guy died. When he was starting off his first 2 or 3 years, he was with that promoter when he came out of Philly. And in the contract, the guy said he would get Jerron 3 fights a year. He got I think 1 year he lived up to the contract. He got him 3 fights. The other years he got him like 2 fights. Another year he got him like 1 fight. But the promoter didn't live up to the contract. So when he died, the wife took over her husband's affairs. She didn't want to sell up the company. She wanted to keep the fighters. Jerron Boots Ennis was like, he didn't feel like they were promoting him right. That stalled out his career like a year.
Yep.
Then they let him fight though. In between the time that he was going to court, he did have 1 fight. It was under this low promotional banner. I forgot what it was. Then he went to court and the judge sided with Jerron Boots Ennis and his team. And he was able to get out of that. Then he went and signed with Ed Hearn and Matchroom. And now he's where he's at. Ed Hearn finally brought Jerron Boots Ennis his biggest bag. Because without the promotion that Matchroom and them set up for Jerron Boots Ennis, they didn't kick him off. They didn't promote him well. So when Jerron Boots Ennis was yelling at Terrence Crawford, he didn't have the fights for Terrence to take him serious. Terrence Crawford just looked at him at, you're another black dude that's talented, that I've seen 100 of you. Thousands. You don't got the resume. He never took him serious. Terrence Crawford literally did not know who the fuck he is. A lot of people do this and assume that boxers know each other. You would be so wrong. How many boxers have ever come up on a podcast and you say, hey, this guy is boxing? And he goes, I didn't watch the fight. I don't know who that is. They're not historians. They're men of pride, of ego. You don't have to look no further. Google search any other fighter. I'm the best fighter in the world right here. That's what you're dealing with. These guys are not historians. They don't study boxing. All they do is fight and learn the fight game. But, so... Huh?
The business is different. The boxers know how to box, but people think that the promoter is that easy. No, the promoter need to build the core, get the
No, that's why.
excitement.
That's why you got a promoter.
Yeah,
Because
a
these boxers,
professional.
yeah, they know all the people to call. You
The
want to tackle,
sponsors,
yeah, you
the
want to take
media.
this all on. You're on your own. Pick up the phone, start making phone calls. Have you been in the business 20 years? Do you got a Rolodex like Bob Aaron got? Bob
Eh,
Aaron got companies, Top Rank, all over the world. That's a
jeans, all
real,
kind of stuff.
that's a real box. Yo, there's like 200 little Bob Arams. As a matter of fact, another version of Bob Arum is Naoya Inoue's promoter, Ohashi. That's Japanese Bob Arum right there.
Yep. like
That
like, like and promoting like boxers and stuff take time to build up. You see what Orengo did to Subir. It's investment, because not all these cars that he made money. Now when he went to New York, now stuff got better. But este, but what he promised, because he promised the title. If you fight, he got him two titles. He got the main eventing. He got him real money because Eddie Hearn came up. No, I'm gonna give you a deal, and you're gonna fight on under Mushroom, under the zone. Yeah,
yeah,
under a
yeah, yeah,
budget.
yeah,
Look
yeah.
where is Andy Cruz right now. He's fighting in a freaking theater that 200 people is the most $300 is the most expensive ticket, and barely nobody know it. And that shit went to a bid, I think, on 800K, right? Jared Boone's Ennis, where he's fighting. He's still like, bro, we need promoters that build here in America and want to have all these, because take a minute, and make all these stories with, it's not just put two boxers to fight and that's it, because you need to have people interested in the fight, in the boxers. It's a minute. And some people think, or boxers, oh, anybody can be a promoter. No, bro. No. Promoters and promotions take a minute. Frank Warren over there in England, that dog, he's a dog. And he know how to make cards. But
Yeah,
let's
but
see what happened.
Frank Warren's the type of man that he's got connections, man.
Yeah. I
He's
love it, Don
well,
King. That was my
yeah,
guy.
he's like a white Don King type shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Frank Warren is, not like Ed Hearn.
No.
Ed Hearn was a silver spoon kid
Yeah.
that got money, that tried to prove to his dad that he could do his own thing.
He's too
He
soft.
he's
I can
he's
see
not
it.
soft. He's not soft like that. Well, he is kind of soft, but I get what you're saying. But he's not cut from the same cloth a lot of these men are in the room with. You're in the room with
No.
real sharks, gangsters,
Yeah.
like
Frank.
little Bob Arum. You can't push him around, whether
No.
you know this or not. Like, he walks around with, like, sometimes, like, back in his heydays, like when, like, Bob Arum hasn't really been at the helm of Top Rank. We all know this, for like 6 7 years. His, like, what is it, his son or his son-in-law, like, they're like running Top Rank. He's just like the face. He
Yeah, and
shows
Bob
up.
Arum now, because he's 90,
Yeah,
because
because he's
when Bob
90. Right,
Arum
right,
was in
right.
his
But
time,
right,
nobody
that's what
fucked
I'm
with Bob
talking about.
Arum.
That's what I'm talking about. That Bob Arum, that guy that would negotiate with some of the toughest fighters in the world. No, you're not getting this money. No,
No.
you're getting this. Yeah, well,
Yeah,
fuck you too. You know what I mean? And he's
yeah.
got a couple ex boxers behind
And you better
him.
get ready, because in a month you gotta fight, and we need to make money. And the guy said, "But what the fuck? I just fought like 3 weeks ago. I keep the fucking. You better get ready. Get the hell out of here." And you gotta,
Yo,
yo.
Bob
But it's
Arum,
tough, and
they
making a
those kind of
company.
guys. And then on top of it, he's like a New Yorker through and through. Bob Arum.
Yeah.
He's been in rooms with some pretty tough men, I can say that,
Oh, and the
and
real mafia
negotiated
back in the 60s,
and negotiated
70s.
his way out of a
Shit.
lot of rooms, Bob Arum. So he came from a real, like, and no wonder like ESPN left him because of all those rumors with Tyson Fury and the, what are they, the Canyons or whatever, that the FBI, they're like father and son
Yeah.
of the FBI most wanted.
Yeah.
And they linked that Bob Arum did business with those dudes, and ESPN doesn't like mess.
No.
They don't want Bob Arum's name in the newspaper and them associated with Bob Arum. They
It's a
told
lot
them,
of.
the ESPN flat out told Bob Arum, if we find out that the allegations come down that you and them were co-affiliated, and Bob Arum was like, look, we did business, but I've
But
done business with a lot of guys. Like,
Bob Adam's mistake was he never left somebody else take the company. You see what Vince McMahon did? You see what he built his company, and then in the stock change, and he moved it to the company have another future, right? After he's
mhm,
dead. Bob Adam didn't did that. And look
mhm.
what is happening. imploded. It's
Yeah.
imploding right now in our own eyes. Like Top Rank is losing everything. Look what is going on with Sander Sayas. No TV, no pay per view. Okay, you're gonna feed up the Choliseo, but that's over there. Like over here, nobody talk about it. No, and back in the days, Top Rank would have the name of Sander Sayas everywhere. By now, you think this Turkey card would stop that? Hell no. But it's I don't know, and I think a new era's boxing is coming. Like it's good. Bob Arum was old school boxing mentality, and this is a new era with new bills, new payment. Like it's different, and Bob Arum stay in 1970 style, 1980 style. Yeah, and that stuff don't work
Where's
right now with
Frontline?
this
Let me
era.
in. When did you come up and I didn't let you in? Damn, I
Damn, he
missed
been
you.
backstage all this time.
I didn't see him. I seen him. I don't know. I don't see some pop ups or something. I don't know.
Like
Well, he's not back there now. But anyway, but yeah, man. Look, we're days out from some of the top fights we're getting
yes,
this month, and
yes.
I'm very excited for the month. I'm very excited to see, winners and losers. You guys know how it goes. This is boxing, right? And at the beginning of the year, the boxers that go first, what do? They take the microphone and ask their peers, "Hey, what you think about this guy's performance?" And everybody has something to say about the last fight until their day comes. Shakur Stevenson, Tio, all of them had things to say about Subriya Matias. Because they all asked him. They all asked him about all these early fights that kicked
Everybody
off
now.
after the beginning. So soon in time, one by one, we'll enter the ring until we finish the year once again. And let's see
Yeah.
how all fighters fare when it's all said and done at the end of the year and who reigns supreme. That's why I watch boxing. I want to see the best fighting the best, and I want to see these kids and young men achieve their dreams. It's kind of like when I watch it vicariously, I live through these fighters because I envision that. It is something as a fighter to reach the top pinnacle in the world and to be called the best. And for that, I watch boxing. I'm reminded quickly while I watch boxing that I will not, and I made a promise to myself that I will not let one boxing match or one event deter me from the sport I love. I understand I'm going to witness some pretty tough decisions or robberies and in this year. It's expected, but I will continue to watch boxing and I will continue to come on and bring you guys the best content I can. My name is Edwin. You have joined me here at Round One Sports Talk. I'm trying to reach a goal right now of 5,000 subscribers. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, become a Round One Sports Talk member. And I'd like to thank everybody that came up and everybody in the chat tonight that participate and shared their point of views on all the fights. I respect all you guys' messages and opinions, and I will see you guys on the night of the fight. Take care and God bless. And I'm on to the next one after this one here at Round One Sports Talk. You have been amazing. It's been a pleasure. My name is Edwin. Malasa, thank you for stopping by. Frontline, you're the best. Everybody else, Koki, everybody.